Days Live. We are live for NXT and AEW, and it is nice to have both shows back. We are covering both shows again, and it is a big night for both shows. Both shows really stepping up tonight. This is going to be one of those big nights when it comes to the Wednesday night. I don't want to say war, but obviously they are still battling for your views, and they are still battling for your attention. But both shows putting on really strong cards. There is a little bit of breaking news. Obviously, there's quite a bit of breaking news tonight. There's quite a few things breaking tonight. But one of the things that's breaking is the fact that Timothy Thatcher against Tommaso Ciampa inside the fight pit has been cancelled. They posted not that long ago a little clip, William Regal saying that Timothy Thatcher had injured himself whilst he was training. They showed Timothy Thatcher just being checked over, and then he gets the news that he can't compete, and he gets up and storms away. So I don't know if there's still going to be a fight pit match tonight. It could be Tommaso Ciampa against someone else. They haven't announced that. It just looks like it's not going to happen at all. But they're going to have to find something else to put in that spot. So it might make sense just to still do it and just find a replacement. Do like an open challenge or something. I know an open challenge with a fight pit might seem a little bit out there. But I reckon you could still do it. It would still work. People would like to see that match. I think the Thatcher Riddle fight pit match was one of the best matches of last year. I really enjoyed it. So that was something I was interested in, but it doesn't look like we're getting it, unfortunately. Shout out to everyone that's in the chat. Don't worry, it's going to be rescheduled for next week, says Ryan. Okay, Lauren, I'll have a look at it in a bit. Retribution Days, why are you wearing a prison outfit? Yeah, this is still my only jumper. You'd think that I'd buy one by now, but what with the shops being closed, it is proving to be a bit problematic. So yeah, I'm still wearing this jumper. Kyle versus Finn could get some more time now, says Robin813. Michael Davis, I'm very sorry to hear that, my friend. Yeah, it's everywhere now. I think the UK just had its most cases and deaths as well. So yeah, stay strong, keep your chin up, look after yourself, and you know, it seems to be like just getting worse everywhere. But obviously it's quite mild as well. I mean, it tends to be people that have got like preconditions and stuff like that that seem to be getting hit worse. So hopefully you'll just get it mild. So keep your chin up, bud. John says, I'm excited for NXT today. Well, I'm not surprised. John Kyle O'Reilly once again going for that NXT championship. I've got both cards written down, so we can go through that. So NXT New Year's Evil has got Kyle O'Reilly versus Finn Balor. We got Karrion Kross taking on Damian Priest. We've got Rhea Ripley taking on Raquel Gonzalez. We've got Santos Escobar defending that Cruiserweight Championship against Gran Metalik. And then over on AEW, because of course we were meant to have Timothy Thatcher against Tommaso, but that's not happening now. Over on AEW, we've got New Year's Smash. That is Cody Rhodes taking on Matt Sydal. Jon Moxley returns. Kenny Omega defends the AEW Championship against Rey Fenix. We've got Sting appearing. Snoop Dogg appearing. We've got Hikaru Shida defending against Abaddon. We've got the Young Bucks and SCU taking on the Acclaimed and TH2. We've got Jericho on commentary. We've got Wardlow versus Hager. We've got Darby Allin and Brian Cage doing a weigh-in. So more has been announced for AEW. than what has been announced for NXT. But I do think the NXT card looks stronger. The one thing that I'm really looking forward to, and I'm guessing it's going to be this week, is finding out a little bit more about what's going on with Boa and with Xia Li as well. And there's been a lot of trademarks that WWE have submitted that look very interesting. They've trademarked the following. So WWE want to use the following names. So we've got The Witch. We've got Diamond Mine. The Bridge. Nuwu. That's Nuwu. Nuwu. Kaiyu. Covenanter. Covenanter, I think it is. Covenanter. The Covenanter. I don't even know what that is. It's like a cheap Terminator rip-off, I think. The Covenanter. Quantu, Liang, and Jailu. So quite a lot of Chinese-sounding names.
Is a legend.
So
they donated $1.99 via a super chat. Days, what do you think will be match of the night?
Hello, Akin. I hope you are well. Match of the night. Hard to say, isn't it? I do think there's quite a bit of potential. I do look at Omega and Phoenix and think if they want to, they could probably steal the show. O'Reilly and Balor I thought was very good the last time they met. I kind of felt, I remember watching that match, and just as it started to get going, just as it started to get good, it ended. It was very hard hitting. The pace was quite slow. And I remember that it was a good match, but like you're waiting for it to go through the gears. And they did start, but then a couple of minutes later it was done. I seem to recall watching it saying, I just wanted 5 more minutes. Like 5 more minutes at that pace with some close falls would have made it a very, very special match. It was still noteworthy because, of course, both guys came out with bad injuries. Finn Balor breaking his jaw. And I believe it was last week he said to Kyle O'Reilly, like, I understand that you've been fighting a long time for this, but I'm going to make you suffer. Last time we wrestled, you broke my jaw. And next week I'm going to break you, or something along those lines. So Balor obviously wants some revenge for his jaw being broken. So it was a hard-hitting match. I'm hoping that they're not going to just do the same match. I'm hoping this one's going to be a little bit different. So this one definitely has got potential to be match of the night. So I am looking forward to that. Cross against Priest. I haven't seen a great deal from Karrion Kross. Obviously, he's been out for a long time. And when he did wrestle before, I wasn't seeing, like, incredible matches. So, not too sure on that one. Rhea Ripley, Raquel Gonzalez. Got potential, but I don't think it's going to be match of the night. Santos Escobar against Gran Metalik, I think will be good, but I don't think it'll be match of the night. So, I'm going to say Kyle O'Reilly, Finn Balor, Kenny Omega, Rey Fenix. I don't think Shida Abaddon. Yeah, I reckon it's one of the big title matches. I think either of the, you'd have to think, main events probably got the most potential to deliver. So, should be good though. It's a very, very stacked night ahead. Hayden, shout out to you, my friend. She'll shout it out in a second. Jim Gore says, hello, my friend says, I wonder if Rich Swann and the Motor City Machine Guns will show up tonight on Dynamite.
They donated $2 New Zealand via a super chat. Hey Days, how are you, my friend?
I'm good, thank you, Hayden. I hope you are well. I didn't get up that long ago. I probably got up about 40 minutes ago. I set the stream up in advance, and then I went to bed. I was really late going to bed, so I've had a few hours. I should have got a coffee. I haven't had a coffee, so I am feeling a little bit like, need to get into the groove here. So, yeah, I am running on no caffeine. I'm caffeineless. If you've ever wondered, I wonder what it's like without caffeine. This is it.
Tom Davis
this is
a
me
legend.
without caffeine.
They donated £1.99 via a super chat. High days. The Rhea match is a last women standing.
Yes, you're right. Shout out to you, Tom. You are right. Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Gonzalez is a last woman standing match. I don't know if that's going to improve the quality. I'm never a big fan of last person standing matches. I think they've got potential to be more brutal because you've got to find a way of keeping your opponent down for 10 seconds rather than just pinning them for 3. So they do have potential to be more brutal, but I don't know. I can't say when I think back through the history of great matches that loads of last man or women standing matches come to mind. So, I don't know. I mean, like, I really feel like tonight is going to be a great night. I'm really optimistic for both shows. I think both main events in particular are going to steal the night. And I think that there's plenty on the undercards, again, for both shows that really, could steal some headlines as well. I mean, don't forget, over on AEW, they've got Snoop Dogg. Like, Snoop Dogg alone could generate quite a bit of buzz. Both cards really, really stacked. Really, really stacked. Rhea versus Raquel at Halloween Havoc stole the show. Oh, I didn't see that show, so I can't comment. Going into this, I don't feel that Raquel is on Rhea's level. I think there's a chance that she could win tonight because I think Raquel is obviously still relatively new. She's been around for about a year or so. So she, compared to like Rhea, who's been around longer, I feel that Raquel could win. And then Rhea could be going to the main roster. You would have to think that she is going to the main roster in 2021. So there's a good chance that Raquel wins. But what I'm looking for is a really, really good performance from Raquel Gonzalez. Because as I'm sitting here right now, I don't see them as being on the same level. I see Rhea Ripley as much further along, a much bigger talent than what Raquel Gonzalez is. But as I said, I didn't see that Halloween Havoc match. I obviously haven't been watching NXT for a while, so my impressions of these stars could be a good couple of months out. So it could be a case that I'm still got the mentality of, I don't know, September or whenever it was. So there could have been some big changes in what they've been doing recently. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm looking forward to seeing if they can impress me. And one of those people I'm hoping will do that is Raquel Gonzalez, because I do think she's got a good size to her. There's not too many women that are that size in WWE, so she definitely stands out. She obviously did some good work when she was with Dakota Kai. She might still be with Dakota Kai, I'm not too sure, but she was doing some good work when those two were teaming up and working together. And but yeah, what was missing was like killer singles match performances. That's what I wasn't seeing from Raquel Gonzalez. So she's got an opportunity to show me that today. So if you're telling me that she did well at Halloween Havoc, then all the more to get excited for. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Eric Buchanan, shout out to you. Kengo XC, shout out to you as well. I hope you are well. Taboy123 says, will you watch NXT every week? Also, did you hear that Damian Priest is going to go to the main roster this week or next week? I didn't hear a name. I saw WrestleVotes had reported that there was an NXT talent that was meant to be going to the main roster very, very soon. And they said that they were going to go to SmackDown and they were going to be involved in the main event scene. So if you're telling me that it's Damian Priest, then that is news to me. I just saw what WrestleVotes said, and they didn't actually name the person. So that's quite interesting. I imagined Karrion Kross was going to be victorious in that match anyway. So I think I'm probably even more confident that Karrion Kross is going to be victorious in that match now. Am I watching every week? Yes. I did say that when we brought it back, we would keep it back. I definitely don't want to be messing people around when it comes to the streams that we do. It should be a case that every week we do Raw, we do SmackDown, we do AEW, but yes, we have brought NXT back now. Even if Pat McCarthy comes back, I'll just have to find a way of just shutting up or something like that, because I'm not looking to take it away again. And there are rumours that he is going to be coming back in the springtime, so I'm already mentally prepared for that. Broken Dreams says, Days, do you think Jay White would go to NXT? No. I don't think so. I think he's very happy in. I gotta tell you, I sent a tweet out, right? And it just made me laugh. It honestly just made me laugh. It made me smile, and I was like, this is unbelievable. I sent a tweet out because obviously it was New Year's Dash this morning, and I wanted to do a watch-along for New Year's Dash, but Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful, who's got, he's a decent name when it comes to journalists, wrestling journalists, and he did a watch-along, and he got a copyright strike. New Japan, I think it was the TV company, actually sent him a copyright strike. He didn't show any footage, he didn't play any audio, and they still sent through a copyright strike. Now, you can dispute them, because, of course, there's nothing stopping anyone just sitting down and talking wrestling. So, there's no reason why they should have sent that copyright strike through. So, I'm sure that he's disputed it. But still, the disruption that it causes is a flipping nightmare. So, I was like, I can't run that risk. With, Royal Rumble coming up and the weekly streams that we do, it's just not worth, for New Year's Dash, it's just not worth the risk. And in all fairness, there wasn't really much that went down at New Year's Dash anyway. But one of the things that happened was Switchblade Jay White got pinned. So that's, kind of a big deal, because they didn't have to book it that way. Jay White's one of their biggest stars. He's just lost at Wrestle Kingdom. He's absolutely dejected. He says that he's done, he's going to leave wrestling. And then today he gets pinned in a multi-man match. So I put a tweet out saying, if Jay White is going to be in the Royal Rumble, then WWE are going to have an incredible 2021. That was my tweet. If Jay White is going to be in the Royal Rumble, WWE is going to have an incredible 2021. And I stand by that, because I think what you're getting there is someone that is a main event talent, someone that obviously can speak English, cut promos in English, someone that's awesome in the ring.
They donated €5 via a super chat. Hey Days, Happy New Year, very cool night in wrestling NXT and Air. You might have to watch both side by side.
Yeah, I am, bud. Dazzle by Nature, shout out to you. Thank you for the support, my friend. I am literally watching both side by side. I've got AEW on that screen there. I've got NXT on that screen there. We've gone back to how it used to be. So you're absolutely right. A very exciting night for wrestling tonight. So enjoy it, my friend. So anyway, that was my tweet. I sent that out. And the amount of people that were like, oh, stupid WWE marks. Don't they know that this is all just a work? Don't they know that? They're just like proper going off at me. People just proper going off. Oh, you WWE. You think everything revolves around WWE, and it does. It's like, whoa, I didn't even say anything. All I said was, if he goes to WWE, they'll have a great year. And I still stand by it. If he goes to WWE, they'll have a great year. Because it's kind of like getting another Seth Rollins. It's kind of like getting another AJ Styles. It's kind of, like AJ Styles came in and, think about the waves that he's made and the things that he's achieved. And, imagine getting another one of them. And Switchblade is kind of on that level. Maybe not quite as developed, maybe not quite as polished as AJ Styles, but still, I feel like the Seth Rollins comparison is very accurate. He's got a big personality. He's going to give you really, really incredible matches. A lot of people say that his match against Kota Ibushi was the best match at Wrestle Kingdom this year. So to see him come into WWE, to see him in a Rumble would be awesome. So, but there's some diehard New Japan fans that really do not want to see him go, and also really seem to hate WWE. So yeah, I must admit, I mean, judging by the passionate responses that I got, I would say he's not leaving New Japan. So I'm not expecting him. I think it's a storyline. I think he is going to stay with New Japan. But I would love it if he came to WWE. I would absolutely love it. I think that they could do so much. And I think how they booked AJ was very good. So I look at the AJ booking in his first few years, and even now, you know, I think like he's done a lot in 4 or 5 years, AJ Styles. 5 years? 5 years? Because he made his debut at the Rumble in 2016. So that means he's been in WWE for 5 years. That's ages. I wouldn't have said it was that long. That's cool. So yeah, I think how they booked AJ's been great. How they booked Nakamura has been awful, but I do think that his lack of English has held him back. I do think that him not being able to cut promos, I think, has been a problem. But obviously AJ has been treated well, and I think Jay White would be treated well. So, but I don't think it will happen. Just to reiterate that, I don't need more tweets. Okay, I don't need more people going, "Oh, you stupid WWE Mark." But it did make me smile. Joaquin
Uribe is a legend. They donated $4.99 via a super chat.
True.
They're probably mad because every leader keeps leaving. Lol.
That's true. Every Bullet Club leader does keep leaving. Yeah. I mean, I understand as well, because I do think for New Japan's such a proud company, such a great company as well. I mean, you know, you can tune into a New Japan show and you're always going to have fun. It doesn't matter what it is, you're always going to have fun. And certainly with Wrestle Kingdom, you're talking about one of the best events of the year. So I do understand that, you know, there's been so many people that they've had come and go. I mean, they obviously lost Young Bucks and Kenny and Cody and Kushida and AJ and Balor and Nakamura, and, you know, the list goes on and on and on as to all the people that they've lost in recent years. So all of a sudden now, WWE sniffing around Jay White, I could understand them quite passionately telling them to go away. So I get it. I totally get it. I genuinely did just make me laugh and smile. Because I wasn't, I don't know why, I kind of expect it from, like, AEW fans. I feel like hardcore AEW fans that, like, have got stan accounts and everything. I've seen it from them time and time again on Twitter where they do that. Maybe not so much from NXT. I can't say I see it so much from NXT fans. But it was just a bit of an eye-opener that New Japan fans are that way as well. So, Days, if you could only watch one, NXT or AEW, well, that's a hard one to answer because I didn't watch NXT because I didn't like what NXT was doing. It had nothing to do with AEW. And I was saying this at the time. So, yeah, it had nothing to do with what it's not as if AEW was far and away the better show and it's, well, yeah, I'm going to watch just AEW. It was nothing to do with that. It was to do with I didn't like what NXT was doing. So, had you have asked me last month, then obviously I would have said AEW. Now that I'm back watching both, I don't know. I mean, I can't really answer that because I don't really know everything that NXT is doing right now. I did watch last week's episode just. They just had it on TV. So I was just watching last week's episode. There was a few little differences that I noticed. It looks like they're getting the cameras closer. It feels like things are a little bit tighter. A lot of the framing felt quite tight. Even when they were introducing the North American title match between Johnny Gargano and Leon Ruff, they had both guys in the ring, and the camera was in there, and everything was quite tight. There wasn't these big wide shots. Everything was kind of intimate. I don't know if that was just on the half an hour that I was watching or whatever, or if that is something that they're kind of trying to do now, trying to keep things a little bit closer. And it felt different, felt good. I was watching it and it was this is cool. I feel like I'm there, because everything was there wasn't these big wide shots. So that kind of jumped out at me. Leon Ruff, I think, looks awesome, but I've always been a fan of him. Even when he was just jobbing out, he'd always throw in a few little things that kind of made him stand out. So, really pleased that they pulled the trigger on him. The Chinese storyline with Xia Li. I say Xia Li. I don't even know if that's her name anymore, because obviously we just spoke about these new names. Boa, again, don't know if that's his name, but that was his name. And I'm really into that story. I can't wait to see who is behind it all, and I'm hoping that it will be Miko Satomura. I think there's some really good stuff that NXT are doing. But equally, I think AEW is doing some really good stuff as well. So I couldn't say. I couldn't say. If you'd have asked me last week, I would have said AEW though, or a month ago, I would have said AEW. But this week, I'm giving both a try again. So JS17 says, Days old story, but don't you think it's weird how WWE promoted Dean Ambrose leaving WWE, which you would think that would have made rivals want him even more, and the strange thing is that never happened again. I thought it was weird at the time, because they were promoting that he was leaving. I didn't think he was.
They donated £2 via
Monica
a super
King,
chat.
shout out to you.
Don't enjoy the show, everyone.
Alex Bloomfield, shout out to you as well, my friend. Hope you are well. The Mouldy Spoon says, hi Days, do you think WWE would be better off if Vince was to step down? Apparently he's unwell, but he won't step away. I actually don't think WWE would be better off. I think that what Vince needs to do is he needs to step away from creative. What they need from Vince is they need to put him into Titan Towers, right? And he needs to promise that he's not going to interfere with the creative side of things. That's what they need Vince to do. But him walking away from WWE means you lose a lot more than just the creative side. And we've spoke about this before. I think as a businessman, he's ruthless, right? And obviously there's a lot of negativity that comes with that, and a lot of negative things that come with that. But there's no denying that WWE, where it is now, is, miles from where it was when he got it in the early 80s. He has taken it to a global brand. In the 60s, 70s, it just looked after New York. Now,
Barbie
it's
and Ken
all
is a
over
legend.
the world.
They donated £2 via a super chat. Guess what days?
Hello, Barbie and Ken. I hope you are well. Shout out to you, my friend. Thank you for joining us. So he's taken it from just being in New York. He's taken it all around the world. If you take him out of the company, you lose a lot of connections. You lose a lot of business acumen. He's got a lot of knowledge in lots of different areas. He obviously oversees, accounting and HR and all these different things. He knows how to best advertise, for example. As a promoter, he's incredible. So he brings so much that taking him out of WWE is a bad move. I just think you lose far too much. You lose far too much knowledge, far too many connections. And you go into uncharted waters then, because, okay, Triple H can do creative, but what's he like at business side of things? What's he like at sitting down and, do you know what I mean, letting people go that he needs to let go, or spotting talent, or, I mean, there's just so many different facets. So, no, I think they need to lock him into Titan Tower, basically. Lock him in Titan Towers and, just try and keep learning from him, because he won't be around forever. And I got to tell you, when he does pass away, that's going to be a concerning time, because first of all, I don't know who takes over. At the moment, you've got one voice, whereas in the future, are you going to have Steph, Shane, Triple H? Are you going to have 3 voices, maybe even more? I don't know. And how messy is that going to be? Is someone going to say one thing, someone else is going to say another? I kind of feel like the one voice thing is a positive thing. It's just that one voice is a bit out of touch now. I kind of think that one voice has, done some great stuff. Not so much in recent years, so definitely needs to move away from creative. But it'll be a dark day. Dark day when he's out of WWE altogether. And in all fairness, he wouldn't go altogether unless, obviously, his health deteriorates to the point where he's got to. Maybe Paul Heyman. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they would do. I mean, it would be wise, probably, if when Vince has to step away, it would probably be wise to put someone in charge of Raw, someone in charge of SmackDown, someone that's got booking history, a history of booking, like Paul Heyman. I think Paul Heyman would be a brilliant appointment for that role again. And Bischoff. I mean, you can definitely see why both of those were put in those positions. You could probably do with someone like, I don't know, Gabe Sapolsky, who created Evolve, created Ring of Honor. Maybe some former wrestlers as well. I think what Daniel Bryan has been doing has been really good. So I think he's been involved in quite a few of the recent SmackDown stories that have been a big success. So what you could do is put Heyman in charge of one, Bischoff in charge of the other. Give them both a couple of legends that can help with the creative side of things. There's obviously writing teams, and, see where that gets you. Could be quite interesting. And then just don't overrule anything. Like, let them put long-term stories in place. Just see how that works out. But, I think from a creative point of view, things would get better. But, I mean, look, with ratings going down all the time and ratings struggling, what are they going to do when they've got to renegotiate the next TV deal? Like, that is huge. The next TV deal is a massive, massive deal, because they survive on those TV deals. Those TV deals mean a lot. So, they really can't afford to be getting, like, rubbish TV deals. But at the moment, their ratings aren't great, so this is what I'm saying. This is where Vince's connections and his promoting abilities kind of really, really are important. So, really interesting question. We have touched on it before, but not for a little while. Days, I know you didn't think Dean was leaving. No, I didn't. I was watching your streams back then. I was the one that hashtagged you about it. Yeah, no, I didn't think Dean was going. I thought the way that they were going about it was very, very strange. I still don't quite understand why they did it that way, but I don't know. Speaking of locked up McMahons, how is Linda, says Brother Nero. She's well, thank you. She's well. She's hoping to get a day out at some point this year. And I think I will. I'm in a giving mood. I think 2020 was hard on us all. So I think I will treat her to a day out. Days, did you see that Man United lost 2-0? I did, yes. I just had a quick look on the BBC website, so I didn't see the match. I've seen no highlights. I don't know how we played. I only saw the score. I must admit, though, when I woke up as I was like going to check. I expected 1-0. I expected us to lose. I don't think that we're quite where we need to be beating teams like Liverpool and Man City on a regular basis. I feel like we're still a couple of steps behind. So we're capable of getting the odd result. We're capable of scraping a draw or nicking a win. But we're not a team that's going to be winning 2-0, 3-0 against those kind of teams. Because we are a step or so behind. So, I was expecting a loss. But, hopefully that pushes them to, sorting something out in January. I'd love to see some new players coming in. But only if they're the right players. Already tried that, and they already tried it and it didn't work. Tried what, buddy? Are you talking about having Heyman in charge and like creative underneath? If that's what you talk about, the reason why that wouldn't have worked is because it all still goes through Vince. But if Vince is gone, then it could work. I kind of feel like they were put in. I mean, don't forget, Paul Heyman said that he wanted to bring Liv back as someone that just wouldn't be told what to do. Heyman was like, he's got teenage daughters, and he was like, they were trying to figure out what to do with Liv, and in her documentary, he said that he could see that she was like his daughters. They don't like labels, they don't like being told who they are or what to do, and so he was trying to figure out something along those lines. And in the end, she just came back in that Lana storyline, the wedding. She only came back there because that was the biggest way of like returning her. It was the biggest story they had going, and that was the biggest segment that they could return her back in. But it really didn't have anything to do with the story. I think that might have been Vince's idea to have brought her back in that segment. I don't think it's what Heyman wanted to do. Heyman wanted to explore this teenage girl, don't put a label on me kind of a thing. I don't know how you would do that, but I can see the vision. So I kind of feel that Vince gets in the way. I kind of think that time and time again they have these stories, they have these ideas. Ultimately it goes through Vince, and we all know that he rips up scripts moments before shows begin. So if he was to move out of that creative process, we might see some really interesting stuff as a result. It could all just fall apart, but yeah. Days, I've got good news. It's crazy here in Florida. Is that good news? Shout out to you, Eric. Hope you are well. Days, why is Pat not on TV? WWE apparently don't want to use him at the moment. Where I am, the power's off, but my Wi-Fi is somehow working, so I can watch NXT on my phone in South Africa. Shout out to you, Yolanda. I hope you are well. Miss Clown 1 says Heyman's idea would have been cooler. Yeah, I mean, the thing with that Heyman idea is I'm not sure how he would have executed it. I can't quite figure out how he would have done it, but I think they could have got something out of it. I think it would have been better than what they ended. Anything would have been better than what they ended up doing. So, let's go down. Oh, the other thing is Raw got just over 2 million in the ratings, which is awesome. They've been getting like their lowest was 1.5 over Christmas. They average 1.7. They did over 2 million again. So the legends delivered. Hogan and Flair and whatever, their names, bringing in that extra 300,000 people. Those casual fans that were intrigued enough to watch. They did tune in. So just over 2 million for Raw, which is pretty good. Pretty good. So, yeah, not bad ratings for Raw. Eric says, I need good news. It's crazy over here in America with what Trump did and everything with the riots, and a woman got killed. Yeah, I haven't seen much. As I said, I woke up about, an hour ago now, I would say. And obviously it's our headlines over here. Headlines around the world is what's happening in America right now. Obviously, we're not going to get political because, as we said, we argue enough when it comes to wrestling. There's really no desire on my part to now start arguing over politics. But I think we can all agree that the scenes are not... They're awful. They are just awful to see. Things just shouldn't ever get that far. Wherever you sit on the debate, I think everyone can agree that things just should not be getting that far where people are storming government buildings and people being shot. And I haven't seen it confirmed that woman had passed away. So was she the one that was shot inside Congress or near the Senate? Or don't know. Again, I'm not the right source for this story, because I only saw about 10 minutes of it, less, before I went live. But just awful. It's just awful scenes. So, but as I said, last thing I want to do is sit here and start talking about politics. So yeah, we'll take a wide berth on that one. I'm quite proud of the fact that we don't shy away from any topic when it comes to wrestling. I'm quite happy to shy away from politics. William Hensey says, I would like to have wrestling scripts be written by wrestling fans who would win story contests. Let the universe choose the best stories written by the universe. It is an unlimited pool of creativity. It's interesting. I don't know how you would do that. I mean, because obviously if someone says, oh, I've got this story, would you know where the story went? You might have to know where the story would go in order to vote for it. Because, I don't know. I feel like there'd be a way of doing it. I totally get what you're saying. So I'm sure there would be a way of doing it. But I don't quite know how. But I like it. You are right. The fans do have some of the best ideas. But the only downside is when they tell you the idea, you know how it ends, because they kind of give away the finish. And so, I don't know. There'd be a way. Jules the King says, Days, did you watch Cobra Kai? Or do you watch Cobra Kai? I do watch Cobra Kai. I'm up to, I think, like, season 3, episode 4, something like that. So, I've probably got about 6 episodes to go. It's really good. Really like it. Season 1 was awesome. Season 2, not quite as good in my opinion, but not a disaster by any means. I thought it was still, wow, next episode. I've got to watch the next episode. I really enjoyed it, but I preferred season 1. And season 3 so far is going okay. Yeah, it's all right. Overall, it's a really good show. Days, what do you think of Ollie coaching Man United? I like Ollie. Ollie is a club legend. I think that I don't want to judge him until he gets in the players that he wants. I think he's had a lot of players in that he wants, but it's quite clear that we need another centre-back, we need another right-winger, we need another defensive midfielder. I don't think we necessarily need a striker. I think you could start, rotating Greenwood and Cavani up front. So I kind of think those 3 positions, get him a centre-back, get him a defensive midfielder, get him a right winger, then we'll see how he does. Because those positions we've needed for 2 years, and they've known. I mean, last summer was us trying to get Sancho, and we didn't do it. We went through the whole summer, and we didn't do it. We didn't get the player that we needed for that position, or we felt we needed, if they could go for someone different now. But, we keep coming into the new season disappointed that we haven't recruited very well. And I can't blame Ollie, to be honest. I can't blame him. I can't sit here and say he's doing a rubbish job, or we should be winning against Man City and all this kind of stuff, when I don't think he's had the players in that he needs. So those 3 positions, centre-back, defensive midfielder, right winger, get them fixed, then he needs to show what he can do. Sancho and Koulibaly would be awesome. I like that. What is his name? There's Coman, isn't there, from Bayern, who looks good on the right wing. And is it Leon Bailey? I've been hearing a lot about as well on the right wing. Don't know about defensive midfielders, although there is an Ecuador kid that's called Caicedo or something like this. And Koulibaly in defence would be awesome, yes. Paul Carpenter, hope you are well, my friend. Wrestling Fan Man says, I've been asking the question for 20 minutes, you've still not seen it. Oh, well, I saw you saying that. I'll try and go back to it. Just wait for her to read out Paul's comment. Where are we? We've got 14 minutes. Wow, this is flying. Absolutely flying. Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic returns next week, says Robin. Do you think WWE should bring GMs back?
They donated $5 via a super chat. Last night made no sense with Drew McIntyre and Goldberg. Goldberg should have came out rescue the legends from Randy Orton.
Yeah, in regards to that, who was it that told me? Was it LSW? I think it was. Someone, I think I'll give LSW the credit, but said on Twitter that apparently Drew McIntyre was meant to lay into the legends. Just be like, look, it's great that you're here, but, you know, your time has been and gone. I'm the man around these parts now and all this kind of stuff. And then Goldberg would come out and would be like, oh, you look at these legends and you just see a load of washed up, like, old people that can't still go. And then he'd issue his challenge. I think that's awful. Why would you want to make Drew McIntyre, like, a heel? Or even just a little bit heel, just for this, just for Goldberg. Apparently they ran out of time, so they couldn't do that story. Good, that's what I say. So that's why maybe it didn't come across like it made much sense, because what was meant to happen didn't quite happen. So basically you had Drew standing in the ring, Goldberg coming out and just claiming, when you look at these people, you just see a load of washed up old people. And then that meant that Drew could turn around and go, that's not true. That's not true. I respect all of them. So, it was a little bit clunky. Either way, look, we got to the point where Goldberg's obviously challenging Drew. But yeah, they could have gone about it a different way. I would have liked Goldberg coming out. Goldberg could have come out and said, look, I've been watching you throughout 2020. You're impressive. A lot of people around here are saying you are the next big thing. You might even be the biggest thing in all of wrestling right now. But I say might be, because I want to find out how good you are. That's why I'm challenging you, Drew. You versus me. Royal Rumble, put your belt on the line. Let's find out if you are as good as what people say you are. Something along those lines might make a bit more sense. And it keeps both of them face. And yeah, I think that would have worked. It's not the biggest problem in the world the way they did it, but yeah, it's probably worth just being aware it didn't go as planned. This is my question. You're never going to answer my question. Okay. Did you know that the Kool-Aid Man is part of the Marvel Universe? He had his own comic in 1983, and I have it. I didn't know that. No. That was your question? Did I know that the Kool-Aid Man was part of the Marvel Universe? No, I didn't. But in all fairness, I don't know anything about the Kool-Aid Man, because we don't have him in the UK. I only know of him from Family Guy. I hadn't seen him before Family Guy. So I don't know. That is a good fact, but I think one that might be a little bit lost on me, because he's not someone that I've kind of grown up with or anything. Not that I think you can grow up with the Kool-Aid Man. I don't know. Maybe you can. But interesting. Hopefully he'll be in a future Avengers film. That would be wild. Days important. We have officially watched the highest and lowest rated Raws of 2021. Trish says, can't wait to see what the new TNT title design looks like. Well, in about a month's time, they'll show you a belt. It won't totally be finished. And then about a month later, it will get finished. And then they'll probably retire it or something. That's the way that it goes. What I would say is that I wasn't the biggest fan of that previous belt, even when it was finished. I think it improved it a touch, but not that much. So, yeah, I was glad that they retired it, because I don't think it's that great of a belt. So, hopefully they can go back to the drawing board and really come up with something that's quite special. It looks like the 24/7. The circular faceplate, I just didn't like. It. I think that they could have come up with something that looked more prestigious. Certainly if you look at their AEW main championship, the main belt that Kenny has got right now, that is stunning. That is an incredible belt. It's one of my favourite belts in all of wrestling. So much detail on it, and the big side plates as well. Just looks really... It looks expensive. It looks prestigious. It looks like a real prize. And I don't know that I can really say that for the TNT title. So hopefully they can come up with something better. But lovely gesture for them to give it to Brody Lee's family. I mean, I suppose more than the fact that we're getting a new design and all of that. Just the reason why it got retired was very touching. Very, very touching. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well. Shows are big tonight, says Michael. Yeah, really big. You are right, my friend. For those, we've got 8 minutes. So, for those that are just joining us, let's just quickly run through both cards. So, on New Year's Evil, which is the name of NXT's show tonight, we've got Santos Escobar defending the Cruiserweight Championship against Gran Metalik. We've got Rhea Ripley taking on Raquel Gonzalez in a last woman standing match. We've got Karrion Kross defending against Damian Priest. We've got Kyle O'Reilly taking on Finn Balor for the NXT Championship. Over on AEW, we've got New Year's Smash. And quite a bit over there. We've got Cody Rhodes versus Matt Sydal. We've got Jon Moxley returns. We've got Kenny Omega taking on Rey Fenix for the AEW Championship. We've got Sting appearing. Snoop Dogg appearing. Hikaru Shida taking on Abaddon for the AEW Women's Championship. Jericho on commentary. Young Bucks and SCU versus Acclaimed and TH2. Wardlow versus Jake Hager. And we've got Darby Allin and Brian Cage weighing in for their future fight.
They donated $2 via a super chat. Imback.
Imback? Did she say that wrong? Doesn't she know how to say I'm? Wow. Wild. Gorilla Press, shout out to you. Hope you are well, my friend. Steven says, what happened to the Fight Pit match? Fight Pit match has been cancelled. I believe someone said earlier moved to next week because Timothy Thatcher has sadly been injured in training. It's not a major injury. It's, I believe, just a minor injury. And so, as a result, that match has been moved to next week. So, yeah, that's a shame. The Fight Pit match was something that I was really looking forward to seeing because I loved the first one. So, but it doesn't matter. It just gives us something to look forward to potentially next week. Days on Monday, Drew was meant to turn heel because he was meant to say all those disheartening things to the legends and also Glasgow kiss Goldberg, but there wasn't enough time. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad that he ran out of time. Lauren, I know you said earlier. how is Mama Day? She's good, thank you. What time are we looking at? 5 minutes. We've got 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes to go. In fact, less than that now. To AEW and NXT, as we said, big shows tonight for both. And yeah, it could be interesting. Someone was saying earlier, could we see a couple of Impact guys? Could we see Rich Swann? Could we see the Motor City Machine Guns? Could we see Impact invading AEW? You do go into these nights thinking that something big will happen, and it does tend to be AEW that delivers that big moment. I don't know that NXT is going to necessarily give us anything big, which is crazy because they could always just have a WWE superstar appear in NXT, no problem whatsoever. Vince could easily just turn around to anyone in WWE and just be like, right, can you just go to NXT this week? But they never do that. I mean, you wouldn't want to see it all the time, but for these big shows like this, could you imagine Kevin Owens rocking up and just starts attacking flipping Killer Karrion Kross or something? That would be awesome. But, I mean, it just doesn't happen. You never get it. If something big is going to happen, you would think it's more likely to be AEW. And it could be that Impact thing. So, we'll have to wait and see. Why are you watching garbage NXT? I can't say if it's garbage. I haven't been watching it, so I can't say. I'm expecting NXT to win the ratings tonight, says J King. Imagine if Balor retains and Jay White beats him up. I don't think Jay White would be able to get over there that quick, to be honest. I don't know. I mean, he was 12 hours ago in Japan. He was at New Year's Dash. So I'm not expecting Jay White. I don't know why people are doubting Drew winning. I honestly don't see it happening. Vince has protected Drew like he did Cena and Roman. He will be fine, says Austin316. Lej123 says the Women's Championship needs a new design. Yes, I completely agree with that as well. I completely agree with that. Yolanda says, do you think they should bring GMs back? I think you could bring GMs back, but I think William Regal has shown you how to best use a GM. You don't see them every week. You just see them when you need them. When things are getting a bit spicy. I suppose Adam Pearce in a way, but we see Adam Pearce quite a bit. I don't mind GMs, but yeah, I think they need to not play as big a role as what we saw in the past. I'd keep him in the background. I think what William Regal does is perfect. Days, did you watch New Year's Dash off stream? I thought it was a great show. I did watch it off stream because I wanted to know what was going to happen. Normally you get something big, and there wasn't really anything big. It was fine. It was all right. I mean, I watched it. I enjoyed it. But I suppose there was a bit of disappointment because you do expect something. And there wasn't really anything. Just kind of the stories just naturally progressed. We kind of know a lot of future opponents for different people. Days, who do you think will win the NXT Championship? I'm going to go with Kyle O'Reilly. He didn't win it the first time. They clearly see something in him to give him this opportunity again. It's not as if he was just one and done. They have gone back to giving him this opportunity, and I do just wonder. There's been rumors about an Undisputed Era split for quite a while. So I do just wonder: is this going to fuel that split? Is it going to be a case that they will break apart? There's rumors that could be War Games for the end of 2021. Is the two Undisputed Eras going at each other? Maybe Adam Cole runs the one, Kyle O'Reilly running the other. Maybe they're going to put the title on Kyle, give him a good championship run. I don't know, but I think the fact that he's found himself back in the main event again definitely fills me with confidence that he could walk out the victor. The other thing to mention as well is that after AEW tonight, there is an AEW Games presentation on YouTube. So we will stick around for that. As soon as AEW finishes, if you go over to YouTube, then there is going to be like a little presentation looking at what they've been working on. Right, we are starting with both shows, and we've got Dexter Lumis just looking around. He's a weird person to have as a host, isn't he? Is he just going to press some buttons or something? Yeah. Presses the buttons and the lights come on. And they go back off again. And they come back on. And is he going to turn them off? And he turns them off again. Well, this is gripping. And of course, there's a big lever. Does that start the show? Is that how the show starts? Did Dexter Lumis just manage to change clothes? Oh, don't tell me Dexter Lumis has got these superpowers now. And he's managed to get all the audience to magically appear as well. Right, we're starting with... Let's have a look. Let's go over to... Oh, hello. The background's all a bit rubbish, isn't it? Hang on. I can... Okay. Got a few little dramas. Damian Priest is making his way down. That's a bit better, isn't it? Okay, so over on AEW, we've got Young Bucks and SCU versus Acclaimed and TH2. Boom. Right, shrink that down. And over on NXT, we've got Damian Priest going to be starting us off. So Damian Priest taking on Karrion Kross. Okay, the Acclaimed are doing their rapping thing. I'm not a big fan of that. Okay, Karrion Kross making his way down. That was something interesting. I saw last week's episode, and she and him have both started talking now. I don't remember hearing her talk before. Fall and pray. Is that a catchphrase? What does that mean? Is that something to do with Karrion Kross? Have we all got a fall and pray? There's only Vic Joseph and Wade Barrett on commentary, says Noah Talksport. Days, did they cancel Thatcher Ciampa? Yes, they did. Does she still do the singing along thing? Let's have a look. Right, she walks down, gets in the ring. The end is here. Yeah, she does. Alright, this is the fall and pray thing. Here we go. What match are you looking forward to on New Year's Evil? I'm looking forward to the main event. Kyle O'Reilly against Finn Balor. We are underway with tag match on AEW. That doesn't impress me at all. I don't know what it is. I'm just not impressed. I'm here with Timiz. Of course you are, Sonny Wolf. Right, Damian Priest. I do expect Karrion Kross to get the win in this one. I'm guessing the winner of this is the #1 contender. I should imagine whoever wins this is going to go on to face Balor or O'Reilly. This match should be good. This is going to be great. Whenever I see Cross's name, I think Karrion Kross him. Nicole says Cross for me. Right there, both outside the ring. Damian Priest is on the edge of the ring right now. Referee trying to separate them. Commercial free, says Brax the Beast. Damian Priest telling Kross to come on. This will be good. This will be the most probably competitive match I will have seen Karrion Kross in. High kick coming in by Damian Priest. Kross charging over into the corner. Big right hands by Damian Priest. Oh, look at that by Priest. Right on the chin. Right on the chin. He goes for a kick to the midsection. Guillotine? You could get a guillotine on. Put a guillotine on. Slam down. Priest trying to get up to his feet. Big kick to the midsection by Karrion Kross. Daze, did you hear that Damian Priest might be going to SmackDown? It was mentioned earlier, yes. Big boot by Kross. My favourite entrance of all time is Karrion Kross, and for the female, Shotzi. What do you mean in NXT or like in ever? Nice belly to belly by Kross. Priest able to get up. Chalmers, hope you are well. Xia Li and Boa are both set to return. I'm really looking forward to that. This is the best that I've seen Priest in ages. Well, he's stretching him out at the moment, Karrion Kross. Knee to the midsection again by Karrion Kross. Charging over. Big clothesline. Damian Priest to the outside. Currently, it's all one-way traffic. So, it is all Karrion Kross, at the moment. Into the steel steps. Into the steel steps goes Damian Priest. And Karrion is using those steps. Kick to the midsection by Priest. Knee strike by Karrion. Into the ring. Quite hard hitting to start with. Not a bad match so far. My favourite NXT music is Johnny and Candice. It fits so well. Pretty much the same as well. Michael says, what do you think about 2021 so far? Not a big fan. It's kind of carrying on where 2020 left off at the moment. But hopefully things drastically improve. But yeah, COVID seems to be as bad as ever. My laptop broke. And obviously America's in turmoil. Shout out to Jess Redden. Priest against the ropes. Kick to Kross. Oh, I tell you what, the right hand of Damian Priest is the most impressive thing I've seen in this match. Out of everything that we've looked at, Damian Priest with his right hand, his striking is so good. I don't know if there's not a few potatoes in there. Potatoes. I don't know if some of those shots aren't really getting through. Priest, flatliner to cross wasn't that great. Big crossbody, though, by, was that Matt Jackson? Yeah, Matt Jackson. Huge crossbody on AEW. Young Bucks in control. So, over on AEW, we've got Young Bucks and SCU taking on the Acclaimed and TH2. Lovely work by the Bucks. Only getting a 2 count. Kicks coming in by Damian Priest, who's starting to come back into this match on NXT. Big clothesline. Karrion Kross goes down. Gets straight back up again, though. Picks him. He didn't get all of it. Just a 2 count. I mean, that's a lot of weight to try and pick up, isn't it? So, Daze, do you think they will change Sasha Banks' song? I don't think so. She's had it for a long time, hasn't she? So I don't know why they would. Nice strikes coming in by Damian Priest. Into the corner. Out the way. Shoulder first goes Karrion. Scarlett just checking on him. Big kick by Damian. And again. Knee strike by Damian. Working on the arm. Then. So I don't know if these are meant to be flatliners or what they are, but they don't look great. He's managed to get him down and he's working on the arm. Still in this tag match over on AEW. Almost 15 minutes into the shows. Yes, our Senate is about to certify the election, putting down for the good anarchist trumpet protest, my America, like it or not, I support my president, whoever he is. Well, I was aware that there was going to be quite a bit of political talk, which I more than understand. Okay, Damian Priest trying to get up to his feet. Karrion Kross trying to get up to his as well. He is the first one to get to his feet. Forearm strike by Priest. Kross with a big right hand back. Big boot by Damian. Big boot by Karrion. And them right hands are gorgeous from Damian Priest. Absolutely gorgeous. Decent kicks as well. Like a springboard cannonball by Damian Priest. Karrion Kross in the corner. Damian goes over, no one home. Karrion, big clothesline. Priest goes down. 1, 2, shoulder up. C Wrestling, shout out to you. Next week, you need to swap the background images over. You look at AEW side to watch NXT and NXT side to watch AEW. Oh, is that? Do I? That's interesting. I never thought about that. Shout out to you, C Wrestling. Hope you are well. How are you able to keep up with both shows? It is always a challenge, in all fairness. I can tell you that the Young Bucks and SCU match is over. They were victorious. SCU just saying that we've got your back to the Young Bucks. So SCU want a shot at the titles. SCU said they don't just want the belts, they want to beat the best tag team on the planet. Okay. Well, there's a lot of respect being shown. SCU showing a lot of respect to the Bucks. They want the title shot. And looks like they're going to get it. Right, Cross and Damian Priest are over in the corner. So, he's got a belly-to-back suplex that he's trying to hit. Damian Priest with some elbows to the back of the head. Headbutt by Damian Priest. Cross is in trouble in the corner. He's got him up and he's trying. No, yeah, has he? Yeah, oh, look at that. Razor's Edge by Damian Priest. So, Karrion Kross gets planted with a Razor's Edge. Here we go, Damian Priest. 1, 2. Kick out at 2. This is the most vulnerable that I've seen Karrion Kross. Might be the longest match I've ever seen from Karrion Kross. But, yeah, Damian Priest is really pushing him to his limits here. AEW has gone to commercial break. So, we're one match down on New Year's Smash. Nice kick coming in by Damian Priest. He's managed to grab Karrion Kross on the edge of the ring. Looked like he was going for a chokeslam. Back elbows coming in, though, by Karrion. Steps through the ropes. Lovely kick there by Damian Priest. Karrion goes to the outside. And against the ropes goes Damian. Over the top. Wow. That was good. He's very impressive for a big guy, isn't he, Damian Priest? Very impressive. Damian Priest is going up top. High risk. Connects. Spinning heel kick. Karrion Kross goes down. Trying to choke slam him. Connects. Here we go. 2. Shoulder up by Kross. So even after all of that, Damian Priest couldn't put Kross away. This is a good match, but it is sloppy at times. I do agree. It is a good match, though. John Costello, shout out to you. No one has ever defeated Karrion Kross, but didn't Damian Priest first defeat Ridge Holland in a triple threat? When will EO versus Mercedes Martinez happen for the title? I haven't seen any announcements for that. You'd have to think relatively soon because EO's not defending the title on this show. 1, 2. Oh, shoulder up. It's Karrion Kross that's in control right now. Since Damian is a priest, they should call his finisher the Last Rites. I like that, David Hall. I like that. NXT has been some match so far. Okay, well, we are going back to AEW. And Jon Moxley is seemingly making his way out. So, is it a promo that we're getting from Moxley? So, Moxley is making his way out. Seems to be quite a few people in the crowd for AEW. Damian Priest getting thrown back into the ring. We're still going with this Karrion Kross Damian Priest match as Jon Moxley makes his way down to the ring. Smile on the face of Karrion Kross. I'm okay with AEW show being 2 weeks. I'm sure NXT will have something planned for next week, yes. Who won the first match in AEW? I believe it was the Young Bucks and SCU. Here we go, Karrion. Trying to pick up Damian Priest, and he does. Side suplex. Backs into the corner. Damian Priest in the center. Big strike to the back of the head. Karrion turns him over. 1, 2, 3. Karrion Kross wins. Karrion Kross defeats Damian Priest. So I think it went the way that most of us thought it would. I thought it was a good match. I thought it was fine. I don't know if that's a match that we'll be talking about at the end of the night, but it was certainly solid. But I do admit that it was a little bit clunky in places. Moxley says, what should I do with Kenny Omega and the man that he's hanging around with that looks like a used car salesman? Talking about Don Callis, of course. So he says he wants to find them and beat them both up. But he says he can't do that because it's a title match later. Okay. So he doesn't want to ruin Rey Fenix's opportunity later. I will. When I say I'm going to do something, I do it. Do you ever think that Ripley will be put on Raw or SmackDown eventually? Yes. It's got to be at some point this year. We're almost, amazingly, a quarter of the way through these shows. We've had one match on both shows at the moment. You will be begging for mercy when you realise that you crossed the wrong guy. Pretty standard stuff from Moxley. But just making it known that he's still got Kenny in his sights. NXT is at commercial break right now. And Moxley is just pacing around the ring. We should be going to our next AEW match soon. Dasha is Chuck Taylor, Orange Cassidy. Jon Moxley come from Mate Respect with who Kenny fight. What was that heart bed, says Big Boy Dally. That was Peter Avalon's bed, I think. I don't know what his gimmick is now. He used to be a librarian. I don't know what he's doing now. But seems like he's got a big heart-shaped bed at ringside. Here's Miro in just the craziest clothes. Again, they're probably not cheap, but he's come... I don't even know what that is. Is it like some kind of plant? I don't know what it is. He's come dressed like a forest. What is Miro wearing? I can't even explain it. I feel like it's... I don't know, like sexy pajamas? Are you going to try and watch both shows each week? Yes. R.I.P. Brody Lee. What's the next match on NXT? They haven't said yet, Johnny. We should hopefully find out soon. It has just come back from the break. Right, we've got our next match for AEW, though. Is it Hager? It is Hager. Okay, so Hager making his way out. So this is basically AEW's Karrion Kross against Damian Priest, isn't it? Hager versus Wardlow. They've been staring at each other for weeks and weeks and weeks. Okay, so we've got Roderick Strong and Adam Cole talking about Breezango. So Adam Cole and Roderick Strong are going to be the team for the Dusty Rhodes tournament. They're going to team together. They're going to represent Undisputed Era. So Dusty Cup next week. Okay, so now, whose music is this? We got grizzled young veterans at ringside. We are underway with Hager and Wardlow. Right, Grand Metalik is making his... It's so weird hearing that music there. Lucha, lucha, lucha. Right, here we go. Grand Metalik for the Cruiserweight Championship. Is it Escobar? Oh, well, that'll do. As long as people know what's on. Days, do you like grizzled young veterans or Everrise? I like them. I like them both, I suppose. I'm more intrigued by Everrise. But grizzled young veterans are cool. They're all right. I think Wardlow might win this, says Sunny Wolf. Yeah, well, they have been just going at each other. And here we go. Hager with a takedown, but it looked a little sloppy. Wardlow kicking out at Hager. Hager with a back elbow. And look at this. Santos Escobar. What a great looking entrance. He's got a cape. Some wild ring attires going on there, isn't there? He's got a mask on as well. And off comes that mask. So, right, we're about to get started with Escobar and Gran Metalik. Hager against the ropes, big shoulder tackle to Wardlow. Hager again against the ropes. Wardlow tries to jump over the top. He does an all-right job. Big clothesline. They both go to the outside. I could see Hager winning this, says David Robert Wood. Dorado's attire looks cool. You have to remember that Hager hasn't wrestled in a while, says Noah Talksport. Min King says, what did you think of Cross versus Priest? I think the most impressive thing of that first match for me was Priest's right hand. There was a few times where he seemed to really catch Cross on the chin, or his striking looks so realistic to the point where I don't know he wasn't actually hitting him. Really impressed with that. I think there was a few moves that looked a little botchy. I agree that it wasn't quite as smooth. But, I mean, these are two big guys. Do you know what I mean? Like, two big guys, you're probably not going to expect it to be that smooth. So, I thought it was perfectly serviceable. I thought it was perfectly fine. Again, I don't know that it's a match that we're going to be talking about at the end of the night. I don't know if it's going to steal the headlines, but it's perfectly fine. It was the longest that I'd seen Karrion Kross wrestle for, and yeah, it was alright. It's like a 3.5 star kind of a thing, maybe a 3.25. It was alright. I would probably want more at a takeover, though. If they were to face each other at a takeover, I'd probably looking for a bit more drama. Nice head scissor takedown there by Gran Metalik. Metalik charging over, gets dumped to the outside by Escobar. Big chop by Escobar. Escobar going against the ropes, slides underneath. Lovely! Look at that. Escobar goes to the outside. Gran Metalik jumps to the top, hits a beautiful moonsault. That was great. That was really well executed. That was really well executed. Metalik going up. Lovely. Comes crashing down onto Escobar. Gets a 2 count. Do you feel that Escobar's going to get the victory here? I mean, to my knowledge, Gran Metalik isn't an NXT superstar, but putting in a really good performance. So eye-catching. He's got Escobar down in the corner. He's going moonsault. He's in a moonsault position, and he hits it, lands on his feet, rolls into the other corner, grabs Escobar, puts him to the outside, top rope enziguri, hits him with his knee. Goes over to the other side. The king of the ropes. Walking along the ropes, looking for... it's gone wrong. It's gone really wrong. He was looking for a head scissor takedown to the outside. Seemed to be quite botchy. Escobar grabbed a hold of him, and there was like this moment where they didn't quite know what to do. And they were both just they were just kind of frozen in time for a second. And then Escobar ended up just hurling Metalik into that barricade. But it's a little bit of a shame. Good NXT so far. Botch. Yeah, it's going to happen. It's alright. That springboard moonsault was brilliant by Gran Metalik. I know a springboard moonsault is not the most adventurous thing in the world, but his execution of it was brilliant. I love the way that he went to slide at him and he jumped out of the way and was able to just transition straight into it. It was really good. Really good. So I'm going to forgive the whatever that was at the end and focus on that positive. Back to, so NXT's at commercial break. Back to AEW. We got a back elbow by Hager, who gets out of the corner, charges over, collides into Wardlow. Hager going against the ropes again, collides into Wardlow once again. Big clothesline, Wardlow goes down. They need to have Karrion Kross just pushed to the point where he's unstoppable, and then have him collide with Bray in an epic clash. I agree with building up Karrion Kross, but I wouldn't have him going up against Bray. What do you think about Diana Rigg? I don't know what that is. I thought this was ad-free. I think it's just the main event that's ad-free. Squash match between Kross and Priest? No. No, there was quite a bit of back and forth. Kross was in danger a few times. Priest looked good at times, but Kross was able to get the win. Hager charging over to the corner. Big strike by Wardlow. Wardlow collides into Hager. Hager gets pushed to the outside, goes flying into the railings. I do like the ring apron. They've actually got the ring apron on AEW. And even the railings is all advertising that Go Big show. Looks cool. I kind of like the railings being the same as the ring apron. I think it looks quite uniformed. Looks cool. Wardlow going up top. Oh! Hits the Swanton 1, 2. Just a 2 for Wardlow. Head and arm choke. Wardlow gets his foot on the rope. We are back with NXT as well. We got a surfboard stretch being applied by Santos Escobar. I am 3 to 4 episodes done from finishing Cobra Kai. Days, would you stream Go Big Show? No. No Big Show on Go Big Show. And for that reason alone, it's just not worth my time. Wardlow wins. At the moment, he's got Hager up. Dumps him down. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Wardlow wins. So it looks like chat just a whisper ahead of me. Grand Metalik almost getting a 3 on Santos Escobar. A little bit of lag, is there? Shouldn't be. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look and see. It's freezing. It's betraying you. Yeah, well, this is the problem with this laptop. Let me have a look and I'll see what it looks like on my phone. Because I'm saying that there's any lag this end, so let's hardly connect it. Let's see if that has fixed anything. We got Snoop Dogg backstage. Snizzle Dizzle. Yeah, Snoop Dogg. Grand Metalik going for the pin on Santos Escobar. Still not able to. Bad lag now. I'm the bad lag. Do 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 do. Okay. Wow, I don't know what to tell you. There is let's have a look. Yeah, it is bad, isn't it? I can see the image. YouTube. Frustratingly, there's not anything that I can necessarily fix. There's nothing this is the problem, so I'm actually sitting wondering if it is going to be anything to do with YouTube at all. I don't know. The sync that I can change. Hopefully we can just ride it out. But yeah, we got Matt Hardy back, AEW, and Snoop Dogg making an appearance as well. That's done. We're still underway on NXT with Bar and Gran Metalik. We've got Ricky Starks coming out. And Brian Cage as well. The Machine, Brian Cage. Let's get off her laptop. Well, it might have ridden out, in all honesty. Because I'm just looking at the preview I can see, and that seems to be a little bit smoother than what it was a second ago. So it might have just ridden. Okay, Escobar going up, looking for a suplex to Gran Metalik. Yeah, I'm hoping that it's sorted now. Okay, let's change over this. Brian Cage and Darby Allin. Nice head scissor takedown by Gran Metalik, going to kick out by Santos. Kick out by Santos Escobar. Okay, so Hager. Wardlow beats Hager and Eva. Wardlow beats Hager. Done. He's got him up on his shoulders, plants him down. Escobar 1, 2, 3. Santos Escobar wins. Escobar beats Gran Metalik. Not a bad match from the bits that I could see, what with the lag drama. There we go. So Santos Escobar retains. AEW has gone to commercial. John says it is better now. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I've changed nothing. Nothing's changed. So, I don't know. We're just seeing Rhea Ripley backstage, working out, getting ready to go up against Raquel Gonzalez. There is Raquel Gonzalez. Doing a bit of resistance band training. Oh, is this what I've been looking forward to? Okay, so they're showing Xia Li. Next. Yeah! I don't even know what it is. I don't know what is next. Something's next. Something to do with the Chinese people is next. Ah. Is she still called Xia Li? Is he still called Boa? Probably not. What with these new names? That's what I'm saying. I don't know how to refer to them. I'll call him Xia Li and Boa until I find out. But hopefully we get Miko Satomura as well. I love this story. Even though we've not been watching NXT on stream, I've still been trying to follow that story. Really looking forward to it. Next, Xia and Boa. I think so. I don't get the NXT hype, says Mark. Zaya and Boa are next. Mortal Kombat, says Butterspark. I'm really into this, yeah. This is the one thing I really wanted to see out of everything tonight for NXT. So in that sense, it's working. They're doing the weigh-in on AEW, so we've got Darby Allin, we've got Brian Cage. Obviously, Team Taz is in Brian Cage's corner. I want NXT to build up Escobar and then have Rey Mysterio come to NXT. That would be cool. That would be cool. Austin says maybe it's going to be Eva Marie next. That would not be cool. That would not be cool. Who's next? Scorpion says that guy from Mortal Kombat. Yes, Sub-Zero's next. I like the black strap better than the red strap, says J14. Okay, so they are literally just doing a weigh-in thing. Don't forget, there's a good chance that Sting might get involved in this segment. Sting's been, obviously, around Darby Allin. Right, we are still at commercial break, but I am very much looking forward to this. Darby approaches that scale like he's from another planet. Yeah. Okay, so, Darby just weighed in and he's still wearing his jacket. He's got his shoes on. Okay, I'm not really into this, whatever this is. The only thing I'd be into this about is if Sting was to come out. But I'm definitely into this. Don't know what to call it. I'll call it Xia Li and Boa. Xia Li and Boa. And hopefully Miko Satomura. Okay. There's Mercedes Martinez. Mercedes Martinez says, it feels real good to be back. I bet it does. Because the alternative was being in Retribution. Sting is coming out on AEW. Oh. She threw it hard into that announce table, didn't she? Look at that. I never saw that. Io actually in the announce table. She got thrown through the front of it. That's cool. Right. What is this? We've got Chinese writing on the walls. We've got flames, like torches. It's a nice entrance. It feels like the Karrion Kross, like it feels very big, very grand. There's someone sat on a throne. It is like something straight out of a horror film. Is that Xia Li and Boa? So Xia Li and Boa are making their way down. Oh, I mean, she feels like a massive deal now. She feels like she could dominate this women's division. And she's showing what she's learnt, maybe? I don't know. Okay, so is she in action? Is that what I'm watching? I don't know what I'm watching. Right, focus it. I like her ring attire. It's a little bit Ember Moon. She's jacked. Look at the muscles on her. Oh, she is in action. She's taking on Katrina Cortez. Isn't that Carolina Cara? Do you remember the woman that was with Sin Cara on the main roster for a little while? Okay, so Xia looking good. Nice spinning kick. Yeah, Xia Li looking back at whoever is up the entrance ramp. Shows respect. Knee strike coming in by Xia Li. And again. Kick to the midsection. They said this is an entirely new Xia Li that represents nothing of the old Xia Li. I don't know if that's true. She's making more noise. That's a nice knee strike. Oh, I love that as well, though. Lovely spinning kick. It's a new Xia Li in the sense of this one wins. Yeah, very impressive. Xia Li very focused. Got a mean look on her face. She's got a big entrance there, investing a lot in Xia Li and Boa. Obviously, there's still the mystery as to who that woman is. I think it was a very good showing. This is going to be good for her career, says Nico Guy. Yeah, there's definitely some moves in there that were very impactful. Very impressive. Okay. Well, it was good. It was impressive. It was a big entrance. But no answers yet. No answers as to who that mystery person is. I'm looking forward to seeing Boa in action as well, actually. The new TNT title looks better. It's got a black strap. What do you think of it? I haven't seen it. I was looking at that. I need to have a look at it. Is it much different? I hope so. I wasn't a fan of that other one. TNT title. Let's have a look. Is there images online? I can't see any pictures online yet. Let me just put in TNT, see if there's anything there. Who does it look like the mystery person could be? You really can't say. You really can't say, or I don't know. It could be Miko. I mean, it's really hard to say. Oh, right. It was just in his hand. He was just dragging it. That sucks. That's rubbish. It's just the same on a black strap. If they were properly retiring it and doing a new design, do a new design. No. It looks better on a black strap. I will give it that. It does look better on a black strap, but I'm going to put better, but not enough of a change for me. Does look better on a black strap, I do agree. Right, Rhea Ripley making her way down. Yeah, I mean, I was never a big fan of that TNT title, so I was really looking forward to them changing the design. Okay, Raquel Gonzalez making her way down. Matt Sydal making his way down as well. So we're going to get Cody versus Matt Sydal. We're almost at the halfway point of this show. So Cody versus Matt Sydal. Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Gonzalez. I don't understand why we have a TNT title instead of an AEW television title. Not a bad point. Marko Stunt has got a lot of fire. They'd better add the fight pit to the next WWE game. Fight pit's a really good match stipulation, isn't it? Snoop Dogg's coming out with Cody. Snizzle Dizzle coming out with Kizzle Rizzle. He's loving it, isn't he, Snoop? He is loving it. So both are on Go Big Show. Snoop loves that jacket, doesn't he? He's always wearing that jacket. Wasn't he wearing that jacket just before Tyson against Jones Jr.? I'm sure he was. There's loads of giant heads in the crowd. They've had giant heads made and they've brought them in the crowd. I'm guessing AEW have had them made. Okay, so Cody taking on Matt Sydal with Snoop Dogg out there. Over on NXT, we've got Rhea Ripley against Raquel Gonzalez. Last woman standing match. And I did say before it started, what I'm looking for is for Raquel Gonzalez to really impress. They've given us Sting and Snoop, but where is Shaq? Says John. Christian says, I think this match goes 20 plus minutes to fill the fight slot. And then we get Finn versus Kyle for 40 minutes. Days, what is your favourite word puzzle? I like crisscross as it helps with my spelling and speech. I don't do them, to be honest. I don't do them. I don't know if I've ever done them. I've never completed a crossword in my life. Brandy looks so different since she's become pregnant. I know WWE has wanted Jay White for a while, but I don't know about you. I think he is quitting New Japan at the right time to be in the Rumble. I would love for him to be the number one. That would be great. Well, I mean, look, if he did go into the Rumble, it would be huge for WWE. I don't think he should go to NXT first, although they would probably look to put him there. But he is one of New Japan's biggest stars. Like, he is the current leader of the Bullet Club. I know that Balor went to NXT. I know that Nakamura went to NXT. I know Kushida is in NXT, so you would think that Jay White would go to NXT, but I really feel like the main roster needs Jay White. So if he does go into the Rumble, then I'm hoping that he'll go to the main roster. But I don't think he is going to WWE. I've had very passionate New Japan fans telling me it's not happening. Kendo stick by Raquel Gonzalez. She's broken it. Broken that kendo stick. Now she's got some handcuffs. She's got Rhea. Trying to hurl Rhea into that plexiglass. Rhea reverses it. Don't forget we've got an hour left of both of these shows. And then afterwards, AEW are doing like a big event on YouTube where we're going to look at the new games and they're going to give us updates on their games. So as soon as we're done with both shows, we will switch over to YouTube and then we will have a look and see what they're promoting over there. Right, I can tell you, Raquel Gonzalez has been handcuffed to some of this chain link fence that they've got in front of the plexiglass. Rhea Ripley with kendo stick. Big boot by Raquel Gonzalez. And Gonzalez rips that bit of chain link fence that she needed to rip off. I think it is just cheap plastic, but still impressive. And now she's using that chain link fence to attack Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley screaming out in pain. Into the ring post goes Raquel Gonzalez. Is she going to have to wrestle the whole of this match with, like, a little bit of chain link fence handcuffed to her? It's like a really extravagant bracelet. It's like a whole new fashion statement. So, counting away, referee. Rhea Ripley is down, but she's going to get back up to her feet. And Raquel Gonzalez stripping the announce table. She's got Rhea, picks up Rhea. Oh, right on the edge of the table. That was right on the edge. That was right on the edge. She actually went down with the edge of the table. She didn't go through the table. She kind of rode the table. And Gonzalez, this is a brutal match. This is definitely the most eye-catching match we've seen so far. I enjoyed what Metalik and Escobar was doing at times. But I think what we've seen here, it's been non-stop action. There's been some crazy spots. Rhea Ripley trying to get up. Raquel Gonzalez not quite knowing what to do. Gonzalez throwing Ripley back into the ring. So, picture-in-picture, but I don't think I'm getting picture-in-picture. So, I'm missing out. I don't know what's happening. So, my attention will turn to AEW. We've got Snoop Dogg just hanging around outside the ring. Is he like Arn Anderson for the evening? Roman and Edge working together. Landon Awesome, shout out to you. Days, I think if White does leave New Japan, he would go to AEW. He says that he likes AEW. Well, that'd be huge for AEW. That would be absolutely huge. Okay, Cody has got Matt Sydal up. Oh. Snoop Dogg selling what he's seeing on the outside of the ring. Seems to be impressed. He's doing better than what Tyson did. Do you remember when they had Tyson on and he was yawning away in the corner? And Snoop's like, come on. He's really into it, man. Yeah, he is. That's what the commentator said. He's really into this. It's really good. Oh, missed. With the moonsault by Cody. And look at the pain etched on the face of Snoop. Snoop's like, oh. It's cool, man. They do have like celebrities on that just don't get it. But Snoop's adding to it here. Shooting star press, but Cody gets his knees up. Cody. 1, 2. Thought he was going for the crossroads, but he hit a reverse DDT instead. Cody going back over to the corner. Missile dropkick. Couldn't do it because Matt Sydal went too close. Picks him up. Sydal manages to get Cody down. Back elbows coming in by Cody. Big right hand. Kicks coming in by Sydal. Big clothesline. Both guys go to the outside. That was a little bit like a Spanish fly. Excellent. Right, we're back with NXT. They're on the outside on the entrance ramp, and Raquel Gonzalez smashing some ring steps into Rhea Ripley, knocking Rhea Ripley down. Here we go, she's charging over. Big boot, Rhea Ripley gets knocked off the entrance stage, goes down some steps that's at the side. She's doing really well. I wanted Raquel Gonzalez to impress, and she is impressing. I like how methodical she is, taking her time. Big power moves. This is my NXT now. She's managed to get the handcuff off. How did she do that? I couldn't see her doing it. I didn't have picture-in-picture. But looks like we're going all the way around the Capitol Wrestling Center. Back elbow by Rhea Ripley. Oh, through a glass door! Through a glass door! Rhea Ripley charges Raquel Gonzalez through a glass door. There's glass all over the floor. They're piping in "This is awesome" chants. This is awesome. Cody gets the win. Up to 7. Both women getting back up to their feet. Snizzle. Is Snizzle Dizzle going to get involved? I'm just looking to see if Snoop's going to get involved. I hope not. He doesn't need to. Big slam by Cody. Matt Sydal's going up top. What is Snoop doing? Snoop's going up top. Oh, God. I think Serpentico is down.
Gorilla Press is a legend. They donated $2 via a super chat. Snoop was on 2 channels at once, lols.
What's he doing? A Snoop splash. I didn't think he was going to stand up there. I don't know about you, but he looked like he was wobbling all over the place. Gorilla Press, Snoop was on 2 channels at once. Big senton by Rhea Ripley. Through the table. Well, I mean, look, it was an awful splash. The Snoop splash is not something I can see catching on in the wrestling industry, but it's certainly going to make waves. I can see that being all over social media. Here's Dakota Kai, yeah! Dakota Kai, boom, 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 boom! With a kendo stick, man, brutal! Ah! Beautiful kick to the side of the head. Dakota Kai, man, she's cool. She's trying to help Raquel Gonzalez. Big strike by Rhea Ripley. Dakota goes down. She grabs Dakota, hurls her into that chest. Now she's got a... smashes the locker doors in her face. Dakota Kai goes down. Rhea Ripley screams out. She's having to deal with... Is she going to put her in the locker? Brilliant. Stuffs Dakota Kai into a locker. Closes it and then puts the trunk in front of it. So Dakota Kai is locked inside of that locker. There we go. Sucks to be her. Chair shot from Raquel Gonzalez. She's got the prongs of the feet sticking up. This is a brilliant match. I'm really enjoying this. We've seen so much action. It's been so well booked. Cloverleaf. Look at that. Cloverleaf on Raquel Gonzalez. That does take some strength. And now, Rhea Ripley grabs the chair, puts it over her head as well. She's got a cloverleaf with the chair around her head. This is great. This is great. Kick out. Rhea goes into some staging. Dakota Kai is still stuffed in a locker. AEW is at commercial break. We've got 45 minutes to go. Cal Gonzalez down. Rhea Ripley down. They're both on the entrance stage. Of course, falls can count anywhere. It's just you got to keep your opponent down for 10. Charges over. Oh! Into that big cross, that X that's at the top of the entrance stage. It's flickering away. Counting away. This match is so good, says Gabriella. Into the LED. It was flickering away, but it seems to be all right now. Okay, she's going over to the ring steps. That's on top of that entrance stage. The whole Capitol Wrestling Center's just a mess. There's broken doors. There's superstars stuffed in lockers. There's ring steps on the entrance stage. Raquel Gonzalez picking up Rhea. Picks her up, looking to power slam her through the stage! The entrance stage breaks! Actually goes through the staging. That was cool. Who's going to get up? 7. 8. Raquel Gonzalez is up. 9. And that's it. Raquel Gonzalez wins. Raquel Gonzalez wins. Very good match. Very good match. I wanted her to show something special. She did exactly that. Well done. Rhea Ripley and Raquel Gonzalez. very good. Very, very good. Gonzalez wins. What? We didn't do halftime scores. No, we didn't, did we? That's all right. We'll do the scores at the end. Rhea is going to the main roster for sure. There's no reason for her to stay in NXT. Yeah, I think she could be going, and so could Damian Priest by the sounds of it. Very good. Right, let's change over behind because we are starting with Abaddon now versus Hikaru Shida. Here we go. So how long we got? 40 minutes? I don't know if they'll throw a little something in there before our championship match or if we're just going to go to the championship match. They're just showing Candice and Johnny heading to the Capital Wrestling Center with what looks to be a police escort. So NXT goes to commercial break. We're going over to AEW. Possibly match of the night. Definitely match of the night so far. It was booked really, really well. They went all over the Capital Wrestling Center. It didn't outstay its welcome like Edge Orton did for me. Edge Orton at WrestleMania was in the Capital Wrestling Center. But it went so long. That was shorter and it had more high spots in it, and it's really good, really hard hitting. Did everything it needed to do. Both women look awesome, but it's Raquel Gonzalez that gets the victory. Abaddon on the outside with Shida. Abaddon looking to drag Shida under the ring. Yeah, she has gone underneath the ring. The referee's gone under there as well. They're saying that we're going to stay with this. So JR was saying we're going to commercial break. Abaddon has come from underneath the ring. And there's Shida. So Shida has got blood coming from her neck. So Shida in the corner. Big strikes by Abaddon. Plants Shida down, face first. 1, 2, shoulder up. Right, let's flip over. Is no one going to help Dakota out of that locker? No. First word I find in my crisscross was burritos. Strong and Cole versus Breezango next week. Thank you, Adam. All hail Abaddon, says Sonny. So she's stretching out. We've got Johnny and Candice arriving to NXT. So Stu Bennett, Vic Joseph, both standing because their table has been trashed following that epic match we just saw on NXT, that last woman standing match. Okay, Abaddon up to her feet. So is Shida, both in the center of the ring. Welcome, South Korea. South Korea, hello. Here's Gargano arriving. Brilliant. It's great that we've got South Korea joining us. Okay, and here we go. They've pulled up Austin Theory, Indy Hartwell, Candice LeRae, Johnny Gargano. Shida still managing to get her shoulder up. Okay, so is this going to be a promo by Johnny? I don't quite know what this is going to be. Is that what they're called? Is their faction called The Way? The Way? Is that what they're called? The Way? I never knew that. Are we really struggling for team names now? Are we really struggling for... We had like 4 horsemen. Undisputed Era. And now we've got The Way. Okay, well, here we go. The Way are here. The Way. Do you call them The Way or just Way? No Way. Okay, The Way are here. Or The Way are here. I can't believe that's what they're called. I had no idea. Right, we've got Shida and Abaddon. There's something in the ring. I'm guessing it's going to be like a picture to commemorate him defending that North American Championship. Shida over by the ropes on AEW. Abaddon charging over, goes out the ring. Shida on that middle rope. Crossbody. She should have gone for a Snoop Splash. Abaddon getting her head smashed against the railing. Candice says that Johnny might be the most powerful person. Okay, so we've got just a promo from The Way at the moment, or Johnny, and there's lots of booze being piped in. We're still underway with Abaddon and Shida. Abaddon picks up Shida. Roll. Oh, that's a bit clunky. Shoulder up. Shida going against the ropes. Knee strike. Abaddon goes down. 1, 2, 3. Okay, well, it's done now. Okay, Shida beats Abaddon. We're going to have a look, see what's underneath this cloth. It's all 4 members of The Way made to look like superheroes of some kind. So, well, there we go. So, Shida beats Abaddon. New Year's Smash 2 next week, don't forget. Days, do you think this loss is going to send Ripley to the main roster? Because I don't know what else she could do in this division. Yes, I think she will go to the main roster. Shotzi is making her way out in her tank. Okay, so Shotzi's here. Gargano and Theory in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. Is she going to run him over? She shot him. She shot him. She shot him in the Garganos. I didn't even see what fired. What fired? What hit him? Nice kick to Candice. Candice goes down. Johnny's getting into the ring. Kushida's here. Kushida must have been watching Wrestle Kingdom with a tear in his eye, mustn't he? Because he knows he would have been on that stage. Tokyo Dome. Dexter Lumis has rung the bell. What does that mean? What is that? What is that? He points over at the side and he's done another drawing. Johnny and Candice against Kushida and Shotzi. So is that match now? Is that happening now or next week or? Well, I'm guessing it's now. Yeah, New Year's Evil. Right, well, main event time for AEW. So, AEW are moving on to Kenny and Fenix. So we've got that over on AEW. Over on NXT, we've just got a match that's just been made. Can't see this going for long. I'll call them the Garganos versus Kushida and Shotzi. Dexter Lumis, your host, is now making the matches. Well, it's not a bad match. I like Kushida, so it's always nice to see him in action. Beth is laughing, says Shay. Theory, get over it. Even Ziggler gets over losing matches. Is Aubrey reffing this? Haven't seen. I think she is. Jennifer Lockhart, shout out to you. Hope you are well. I do agree. I agree. I'm waiting for her to read it out for you. Yeah, where are the Broom Girls? I've still got the intro. I think I am just a few seconds behind.
Jennifer Lockhart is a legend.
Okay, I agree with Jennifer.
They donated $5 via a super chat. Hope all is well. I like Shida as champion. I enjoy Abaddon's character, but to be honest, the match didn't feel like a championship match. Bad booking.
Abaddon? She won't say Abaddon. Abaddon. That's her new name now. I completely agree. I'm quite intrigued by the Abaddon character. I think it's something a little bit different, and that's cool. Shida, fine, but yeah, that match very much just lost in the shuffle tonight. But what won't be lost in the shuffle are our two main events. We've got Kenny Omega making his way out to the ring. Has Fenix already come out? We've gone to ad break, so there we go. Kenny making his way out to the ring. We're at commercial break for both shows at the moment. There's less than half an hour left. I know I mentioned it before, but I can see there's people coming and going all the time. As soon as we're done with both shows tonight, we are going to be sticking... We will score them, of course. And then we are going to be sticking around and going to YouTube, because AEW Games have got another show for us. I don't know if it's announcements. It's definitely going to be more gameplay footage. They're definitely going to show us more than what we saw last time. But so an update in regards to AEW Games. So that's hosted by Kenny Omega. I don't know how long it's going to be. I'm guessing it's going to be like 10-15 minutes. So we will jump over and watch that afterwards. I think both shows have been solid tonight. Might be leaning to NXT just because that women's match, I think, is the best match that we've seen tonight. I also think that what Gran Metalik and Escobar did was very good. I think that AEW has not had a bad show at all. I think they've been very, very solid, but I do think NXT has just been the slightly better show tonight. A lot of tonight is going to come down to the main events, though. So there's still definitely chance that AEW could win this if they put on an incredible main event, which I'm guessing they will. Omega against Fenix, I mean, they know each other so well. They've faced each other so many times. It should be absolutely incredible. So we got Candice in the ring with Shotzi. We've got Dexter Lumis on commentary. So Lumis is on commentary, sat next to Stu Bennett. I'm sure he's going to provide incredible insight. Candice on the back of Shotzi. Karrion Kross is a future WWE champion. Brendan says 9.5 for NXT. Kushida comes crashing down onto Johnny. Atomic drop against the ropes. Kushida with a beautiful hip toss. Flips over. Beautiful drop kick. Excellent work by Kushida. Such an exciting superstar. I do love Kushida. I don't think there's any denying that his NXT run has not gone the way that anyone would have wanted. But let's see what 2021 can bring, because he's looking like $1 million here. He's trying to get an armbar. Couldn't quite get it. Oh, man, Kushida and Johnny. And he does get the armbar. He does get the armbar. He is in a lot of trouble. He's quite close to the ropes. And he gets a foot onto the ropes. So Fenix has made his way out. So we are underway. They're giving this main event quite a lot of time, aren't they? 25 minutes for Omega versus Fenix. What if we do get that Impact invasion? What if we do get Rich Swann and Motor City Machine Guns? And because we know that Kenny's going to be at that Impact. Is it Hard to Kill? Big chop by Johnny. Big kick by Kushida. They're saying if this does go past the hour mark, they will stick with it on TNT. Candice has jumped into the ring. Johnny almost hit Candice. Big strike by Kushida. Johnny goes down. Shotzi comes in. Beautiful. Nice forearm strike by Kushida. It's been a really good match. It's been a really good... Considering this isn't a match I was even expecting to see. This has been a lot of fun. Nice head scissor takedown by Kenny. Kushida versus Gargano at TakeOver. That would be awesome. Kushida. Oh, look at that. He's onto the middle rope. Parts the ropes. Shotzi goes in between his legs. This match is awesome. NXT chants breaking out. Johnny gets thrown into the ring. Candice getting thrown into the ring as well. Head scissor takedown outside the ring by Fenix. Austin Theory's getting involved. She's going to throw him out. She's got to throw him out. You're out of there. Oh, she hasn't had a chance. Kushida's grabbed him. Kushida's grabbed him, brought him into the ring. Oh! 1, 2, 3. Kushida gets the pin. Moments after a drop toe takedown meant that Johnny inadvertently headbutted Austin Theory in his Garganos, and those Garganos were already sore because they'd been shot at by a tank. It is a really bad night for Austin Theory's Garganos. So, NXT goes to commercial break. Is it commercial break? This doesn't feel like a commercial. It's TakeOver. It is a commercial, but it's a commercial for TakeOver. I don't think any matches have been made for this yet, have they? February 14th. It's Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day? What is it, though? What are they calling it? Right, Balor. O'Reilly coming up next for NXT. Main events everywhere. Valentine's Day, yeah. Maybe it'll be Valentine's Day Massacre. Balor versus O'Reilly. Boom. Okay, so NXT has gone to commercial break. AEW is well underway with its main event. They're both outside the ring. Omega just hurling Fenix into the edge of the ring. Ciampa and Thatcher, unfortunately, is not going down. This week. Hopefully we get it next week or so. So into the railings goes Fenix. Fenix back into the ring. Kenny Omega jumping into the ring. Going against the ropes. Oh, nice leg drop. 1, 2. Kick out by Fenix. I'm going to buy you a bouquet of flowers and some chocolates for Valentine's Day. Please don't shut me down. You are a massive creep. Right, Fenix gets planted. Kenny very much in control. Don Callis liking what he's seeing outside the ring, applauding away. Big strike by Fenix. Another big chop by Fenix. So these two starting to chop each other back and forth. We've got less than 20 minutes to go. Less than 20 minutes to go. Nice forearm strike by Kenny. Back elbow by Fenix. Fenix lands on his feet. Duck underneath. Against the ropes. Lovely, lovely. I love that. It was kind of like a crossbody, but it was a bit short. So it was more of a shoulder tackle. It was meant that way. It wasn't a botch or anything. It was great. Something a little bit different. Big chop coming in by Fenix. Fenix going over to the corner. Bounces up to the top. Kenny pushes in him to the outside. He blocks that strike. Fires back a strike of his own. Goes up top. Reverses. Oh, man. The action on AEW is incredible. Fenix going against the ropes. Suicide. Oh. Next week on NXT Undisputed Era against Breezango and Everrise taking on grizzled young veterans. So we've got that next week. And we're backstage with William Regal. Kenny going back into the ring. Dusty Rhodes Classic next week. Oh, Women's Dusty Rhodes Classic. Women's Dusty Rhodes Classic has just been announced. But there we go. That's cool. They have got a stacked women's division, in all fairness. Fenix going for the pin. Shoulder up. I can't believe they're only giving this, 16 minutes? Is NXT going to overrun, do you think? It's not long, is it? It won't even be that by the time they've done the entrances. I always wanted that, says C. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? I do like that. Fenix charging over. Go up top. Double stomp to the back of the head. Omega falls out of the ring. Callis has come round to check on him. They're saying it's our biggest picture-in-picture ever. We know that NXT from this point won't have any commercials. I love the fact they advertised that the main event won't have any commercial interruptions, when the truth is there's probably going to be one commercial break. So there's just we're missing out on one commercial break on NXT. Still better than nothing, though. The champion is in trouble. Mike says AEW could go into overtime. NXT is going to stick around for 8 minutes, says 1987 Big Fan. Oh, I did think this was short. So overtime would make sense. Wonder why, though? Why are they doing that? To pick up viewers that leave AEW? But in all fairness, I think a lot of those viewers might go to the game announcement. Although saying that, they probably will want to see Balor O'Reilly more. Okay, well, let's see. We'll see how it plays out. Definitely feels like they're going to need longer than the 14 minutes they've got, so I can see an overrun. Fenix and Kenny down on their knees. Brony said they'll give this match 20 minutes. Noah says, I think it does end at about past in the UK, which I haven't seen. I honestly don't know if it's got an overrun scheduled. Your sleeping pattern is, dude, my sleeping pattern is absolutely trashed, yes. William says, I think everyone secretly loves me. Oh, it's no secret, William. We don't hide this from you. Okay, so we've got Kyle and we've got Finn. Just being introduced over on AEW. We've got Fenix down on his knees. Kenny back in control. Again, the big talking point could be if Impact invade. That's what we're keeping our eyes on. You would have to think that they will get involved the closer that we get to that. Hard to kill. NXT Championship on the line then. Kenny against the ropes. Super kick by Fenix. Kenny still standing. Throws Fenix against the ropes. Fenix with a spinning heel kick. Knee strike by Kenny. Wow, look at this. This is a really good main event by AEW. This is a really good main event. Really, really good. Fenix going out the ring. Springboard, twists. Oh, knee strike though by Kenny. Picks up Fenix. Ah, power bomb, but holds on. 1, 2. Kick out by Fenix. Knee strike. V-trigger by Kenny. Shoulder up again by Fenix. This is one of the best Kenny matches I've seen in AEW. It's really, really good. It's really, really good. Kyle O'Reilly, Finn Balor only just starting. I saw one of the wrestling news sites saying NXT is scheduled to run 8 minutes longer tonight, says Liam. Shout out to you, bud. Reverse Rana by Fenix. Reverse Rana. That was cool. So Fenix outside the ring. Don Callis is going crazy at Fenix. Fenix got a beautiful mask on as well. Oh, big knee strike by Kenny. This match is awesome. This match is really good. This match would not look out of place on Wrestle Kingdom. Fenix and Kenny. Top rope Inzaguri by Fenix. A lot of mat-based work so far by Finn and... He rolls over Kenny. 2. Kick out by Kenny. Fenix. Oh. 1, 2. Oh, what? This AEW match is incredible. Oh, this AEW match might be the match of the night. It's either this or the Rhea Ripley Raquel Gonzalez match. But I think this one has been so technical. Fenix has gone over to the corner. I really want to watch Balor O'Reilly, but I can't stop watching this Omega Phoenix match. They faced each other so many times. Big frog splash. Omega gets his knees up. If this is going to overrun, then I don't feel as bad that I'm watching this. There's a nice stretch applied by Balor. O'Reilly gets him down and working on the arm. Fenix is in the corner, and Kenny is over in the corner as well. We've got two absolutely gripping main events right now. Like, this is a wrestling fan's dream. Like, two incredible matches. Ah! Picks up Fenix. Knee strike. 1, 2. Ah! And Fenix just gets his shoulder up. He's going for the one-winged angel. Oh, hits it! Hits it! One-winged! And Kenny gets it. Kenny gets it with 8 minutes left. Brilliant match. I'm surprised that has ended so early, though. It's an incredible match. Balor stomping away at Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle is definitely going to win this. Kenny wins an awesome match. Shoulder got up. Wow, they're not showing a replay of it. Doctor is checking on Kyle. He certainly tried. Don Callis has got a microphone. It looks like they do want to say something. I think Roderick Strong is gonna win tonight. That was an amazing match. It really was. Don Callis says, ladies and gentlemen, you just witnessed history. Something terrible has happened in the back. Eddie Kingston. Butcher, Blade. Pac's being attacked. Pentagon's being attacked. This is gripping. This is great. Look, Fenix really angry, really upset. Here we go. Moxley's come out. Moxley has come out to make the save. Finn Balor in control over on NXT. So, didn't know if it'd be Impact, but it's Moxley that's come out. The Good Brothers are here, Gallows and Anderson. Gallows and Anderson are attacking Moxley. Oh, Gallows and Anderson on AEW. The crowd are chanting "Too Sweet." Looking for the Magic Killer. Magic Killer by the Good Brothers. So the Impact Wrestling Tag Champs are here. The Good Brothers are here. They came to the aid of Kenny. And now they are kicking and stomping away. Never expect to see Good Brothers. No, I wasn't expecting that. Didn't know about Motor City Machine Gun or Rich Swann. He is shouting at Moxley. Yeah, there is blood coming down his arm. This is a gripping ending to AEW. Oh, it's so hard. Like, I keep looking over at Balor and everything, but... And again, look, you've got to think that they're coming. Pillman's in. Who's coming over now? There's people jumping over railings. This is quite predictable for Impact to attack. Still noteworthy, though. And it looks like it is setting it up. We're getting to the final few minutes. Oh, powerbomb by Gallows. People just keep appearing and Gallows is just laying them out. Right now, we've got Kenny and the Good Brothers in the ring. We got Moxley down. We got loads of people down around the ringside area. O'Reilly going for the pin on Balor. And Kenny hitting Moxley with that barbed wire baseball bat. It's a brilliant way to end AEW. It's gripping. I can't stop watching it. The match on NXT is great, but it does need to pick up a pace a little bit, says Brony. No offense to AEW, I want it to end so that I can watch Balor O'Reilly. Same here. I'm like, ah. Anderson was showing that championship to Moxley, that AEW championship. Big kick, and Kyle goes right out of the ring. Young Bucks come down. Whoa, this is getting even tastier now. Young Bucks are going like, what's going on? Kenny, what's happening? So the Bucks are pleading with the Good Brothers. So Griff Garrison and Brian Pillman Jr. Big shot by Balor. O'Reilly working on the shoulder. This is tasty, says J14. Kenny, Bucks, and Good Brothers. I am in heaven, says Heather. They're doing the sign. They're doing the sign. They're doing... I didn't think that was allowed. Don't WWE own that? Are they allowed to do that? The Too Sweet. Gallows, Anderson, Young Bucks, and Kenny all throw up the Too Sweet, and they all Too Sweet each other as the show comes to an end. Well, someone's getting a cease and desist again. Someone's getting in trouble. They're missing Finn. Wow. Finn is in action on NXT. That was an incredible way to end AEW. I really thought all throughout, like, that Rich Swann was going to come out. The I believe is the Impact champion. But sadly, he didn't. I need to jump over as well because obviously over on YouTube, they've got the game thing about to start. So we do need to go over to AEW. Is it just AEW Games on YouTube? AEW Games. Let's jump over there. And that should be starting soon. Nice crossface. 30-odd seconds we are. 30 seconds away from this beginning. Boom, boom. 2 show hosted by AEW World Champion Kenny Omega with special guest Kip Sabian. I don't know what to expect from this. It says it's episode 1. So we should get some details about the AEW games. But obviously over on NXT, we're still underway. We have gone into overtime. Big strike. This match seems to be hard hitting like the first time they faced each other. Nice kick to the midsection by O'Reilly. Big kicks coming in. I bet Tony Khan doesn't even care about the fine for Too Sweet. That's true. They'll probably just end up with another cease and desist. Okay, we got Kenny sat backstage. Into the corner goes Kyle. Okay, so this is called 2-point show. He said the first one was 1.0. This is 2-point show. They've got a Nintendo 64 in front of them. Kyle has got Balor with a big suplex. Kyle O'Reilly with a big suplex in the ring, looking for the cover on Finn. Shoulder up. Kyle looking for an armbar here, and Balor is holding on. Kenny is going to answer the top 5 frequently asked questions about the game's console. Aubrey is going to share an update on AEW GM. Kyle O'Reilly is down. Kenny is going to share an update about AEW Casino. The WWE doesn't care about the Too Sweet no more. Oh, I bet they'll still have something to say about it. I can't imagine they're going to let that slide. Balor in the corner. Okay, so Finn Balor in the corner. Kyle backing up. Big kick by Balor. Okay, so Kyle O'Reilly is down. Balor is moving over. We've got to be coming towards the end of this thing. Nice stretch by Balor. Elbows to the midsection. Kyle O'Reilly is desperately trying to get... Look at him. Look at him. The pain etched on his face as he's trying to get to that bottom rope. The ref has called it. Balor retains. Wow, Balor retains. Kyle, really... Look at the blood. There's blood on the side of the head of Balor. He does not seem to be in a great place. Kyle seems to be really struggling with his jaw as well. Give me my effing belt. Put it in my effing hands, he just said to the ref. That is a worked up, passionate Finn Balor. Just showing a replay of like Kyle biting that rope and Balor kicking at it. Boo for Finn. Papa Balor. This can't be happening. So, yeah, Balor's picked up the win here. So AEW still don't have a date for us. O'Reilly is sat in the corner holding his jaw. The Undisputed Era are all sat around him. Finn retains, yep. Carl taps out. He's sort of, yeah. Yeah, I mean, he did. Balor just seems to be showing respect again. Balor looks cool, doesn't he? With like all that blood on the side of his head. I wonder if O'Reilly gets a third shot further down the road, like end of the year. Finally does it. Could be incredible long-term storytelling. It really could. So NXT has ended. AEW has ended. We'll do the scores. I don't think this show's going to be on that long, in all fairness. That was a good match, says Noah Talk Sport. Both guys were 9 out of 10. NXT was a 9. Yeah, feel free to get your scores in. I'm probably not going to chuck mine out until after this. They're talking about potential cross-play, which I think means, like, if you've got an Xbox, if you've got a PlayStation, you'd be able to still play with each other. Both shows get a 9 from me. NXT 9, says Rosalind. NXT 9, says Gabriella. 2 for NXT. 7 for AEW, says Creed. NXT 8.5. So they asked, is the new AEW game going to be arcade or simulation? And Kenny said neither. I agree with that from Kenny. Kenny was saying that if you go to simulation, it takes away some of that pick up and play element. No fight pit because Thatcher was injured, yes. I only got to see the main event of NXT. It's really good. That was NXT's best show of 2021. Lots of 9s coming in. Lots of people really, really enjoying both shows tonight. So, Balor, if you are just joining us, Balor beats O'Reilly. Omega beat Fenix. AEW was 10 out of 10. Days NXT was called New Year's Evil because all the heels won. And if you think about it, Balor was a heel. 10 out of 10 for NXT, says Brian. AEW was 10 out of 10. Trey says AEW 8, NXT 9. 1987 Big Fan says NXT 8, AEW 7. NXT 8 Vinces out of 10 and AEW 7 Vinces out of 10, says Austin. NXT 1 to me, AEW 7 to 7.5. Sonny Wolf says NXT 10 out of 10. 7 out of 10 for AEW, a 7 because of the Shida Abaddon match. Abaddon should have won. AEW 8, NXT 7, says Melissa. Hayden says AEW 7, NXT 9. J14 says NXT 775, AEW 8. John Cena Gamer says NXT 8. Really high scores. I mean, I think what's really great about tonight is that everyone's firing in like really high scores for whatever show they watched. And if you watched both, then it seems to be that a lot of people are firing in high scores for both. As I said, I'll put my score in, but I'll do it after we've finished with this. I mean, I must admit, Kenny hasn't really got much in the way of updates. AEW 4.7, NXT 9.7, says Adam. Matches-wise, NXT was a beast tonight, but storyline progression was all Dynamite. Main event has got me hyped for next week. Yeah, that was a great moment, wasn't it? And that might have been best match of the night, was the AEW main event. It might have just pipped Rhea and Raquel Gonzalez, but they were very different matches. Rhea and Raquel Gonzalez was like a brawler encounter as they just fought all over the Capitol Wrestling Center, whereas the main event of AEW was really high-level technical. It was really, really good. Really good. Might have been the best Kenny match I've seen in AEW. It would not have looked out of place on Wrestle Kingdom. The Good, the Badass, and the Brothers. AEW 8.5, says Jordan. Patrick O'Neill says AEW 9.5. NXT 10. Okay, so Kenny still talking about how he managed to meet the developers of this new game and kind of giving behind-the-scenes info. I hope next week we hear from Hangman Page about the Bullet Club getting back together. Days, who do you think should have won the NXT Championship? I don't mind Balor retaining. I thought it would be Kyle. I don't mind Balor doing it. I do think that eventually Kyle will get it. So it could just be like really great long-term storytelling in the sense of we've seen him fall short a couple of times. So when he does finally do it, when he does finally win, it's going to be a huge moment. Days, why do you care about the AEW video game if you don't play video games? I know that there's a lot of people that are interested in it. Plus also, I was really excited for Battlegrounds. I just ended up not playing it. But I love more arcadey games than simulation. Like, I find the 2K games difficult to get into. I'm sure once you're into them, they're awesome. Maybe not 2K20. But I really like what I've seen from the AEW console game so far. It is more reminiscent of like No Mercy, which is obviously what it's based on. Okay. A little video package from Aubrey now. She's got something that she wants to show. So this might be that GM mode game. Yeah, Elite General Manager. Okay, they're just showing you how this GM mode thing's going to work. I don't play video games, and AEW's commercial is dull. The two guys don't even seem that excited by it. I must admit, this is nowhere near as good as that first one. Okay. I mean, I must admit, I do think this GM mobile game could be fun. Because it's not going to take up that much time, is it? Plus also, it's the kind of thing you can pick up. You could book a few shows, see how you've done, see where you stand, see how popular your show is, and then come back to it like the next day or something. Like, I kind of feel like that could be all right. I stayed up till 5 a.m. to watch NXT, and it was worth it. Yolanda says, I'm going to give NXT 10 out of 10, and AEW... I'm going to give NXT 10 out of 10, and AEW 4 out of 10. WWE can't own Too Sweet. New Japan and Ring of Honor have done it for years. I think they can. They sent cease and desists to the Young Bucks in the past for doing it. And the Young Bucks even turned that into a t-shirt. So, certainly WWE feel that they can own that gesture. Days, I hope you are good. Did you see that Marty is now a free agent? Where would you like him to go? He's one of my favourites. I don't know, dude. To be honest, he was caught up in some of these allegations. And again, I have to stress they are nothing more than allegations. So I don't know if he's free to go anywhere. Apparently he left Ring of Honor by mutual consent. So that might not be good news. It could be good news if you... if he's been offered something by AEW or WWE. It could be that he's got a few personal dramas that he's got to sort out, and it could be that he's not going anywhere. So I wouldn't be too excited at this stage. I don't know that him leaving Ring of Honor is great news, to be honest. Right, so he was talking about the game, didn't really reveal much. We just saw and found out a little bit about the mobile GM game. They haven't spoke about the casino game, have they? There was a casino game that got announced. I wasn't really too bothered by that, though, in all fairness. Is that it? That was rubbish. It's ended. I don't remember seeing anything about the casino game. I feel like I know less now than when I started watching that thing. Flip. I must say, I thought the first one they did was really good, really entertaining. I felt like I got a lot from it. This, I thought, oh yeah, they're going to show us some new footage, going to find out release dates. There was no new footage, and they haven't got any release dates. What was the point in that? What was there to update us on? I don't know what that was. That was madness. That's what that was. Right, okay, let's do scores, shall we? I'm not going to be as crazy as some of the scores I've seen from you guys. I don't tend to go into 8s and 9s unless there's like OMG moments. I actually think that the main event of AEW probably helped get it up to the 8 area. I kind of think before that it was probably around like a 7.5, 7.75. I don't think the Shida Abaddon match was all that. I thought the Wardlow Hager match was a bit flat. I think there was, I think Cody Seidel was fine. I kind of feel like the show was quite solid. Moxley's promo was pretty inconsequential. I don't know. There was stuff on this show that was definitely just average. But I did think that main event in particular was awesome. So, because it was potentially match of the night, I'm quite happy to go to 8.25 for AEW, which is really high, but that was a really good main event. And then having the Good Brothers come out, seeing another promotion's tag team champions coming out and the history that was involved. I think we're into something special there. So I think Good Brothers being on was a big moment, and it followed an incredible match. And there was nothing that was like awful on this show, but there was definitely things that I would want to tweak and change. And so as a result of that, it gets an 8.25. For me, NXT was the better show. I think that the Raquel Gonzalez Rhea Ripley match was awesome. I think that Escobar and Grand Metalik was awesome. Really had some great moments in it. I think the Rhea Ripley match was better. I even thought the Johnny Gargano tag match was really, really strong. I was really impressed with it. We got the entrance as well by Xia Li. I thought she looked great. Cross and Priest at the start was fine, but I think in comparison to everything else, it's a little bit forgettable. I think the main event was hard hitting as well. I think this was a really, really good show. A really good show. What maybe it didn't get is like a big OMG moment. I feel like we got the announcement of the women's Dusty Classic, which I feel is significant, but I don't know if it's like an OMG moment. Like, we didn't... Could you imagine if we had had, like, Kevin Owens? Imagine if Kevin Owens' music had hit at the end, and this show finished with Owens and Balor staring at each other. That's the kind of thing that they can do. They could do that. But, we haven't gone that way. I mean, it looks like we're on now for Balor and Karrion Kross. But, I do feel like there was a few little tweaks that could have been made on this show as well. But no denying, really, really solid show. I'm going to say it just pipped it. I'm going to say it just pipped AEW. I might be tempted to go to 8.75. It's one of those. If someone was to say to me, no, it's 8.75, I could be convinced. Because I think there was more on NXT. I feel the show overall was more solid than what the AEW show was. But no denying, neither show was bad. Can we get that out there? Neither show was bad. Both shows were excellent tonight. This was a real treat for wrestling fans. It was a real treat. It was hard to know what to watch. Do you know, it's one of those nights where you're like, you're just bouncing back and forth. So good. But I think if I had to sit down and rewatch some, I'd probably rewatch... Oh, it'd be hard, man. I'd either Kenny and Fenix or Raquel and Rhea. It would be one of those matches that I would sit down and rewatch. But really good, really solid shows from both. Both getting really high scores. And, never forget that we did see Snoop Dogg deliver one of the worst splashes I've ever seen. So, for that alone, it was entertaining tonight. David said, I'd give 8 out of 10 to NXT. The main event, I loved it. I wish Kyle had won, though. Do you see Rhea in the Rumble? Oh, definitely. Definitely see Rhea in the Rumble. I like Undisputed Era, but Kyle doesn't deserve another rematch. He's now lost twice. What if he earns it, though? What if he becomes number one contender in like a few months' time and gets that opportunity and does finally win? They could be setting up for that. Do you think The Fiend will come back with a new gimmick? Probably a slightly tweaked gimmick. I don't think it'll be anything too drastically different. Maybe a new mask or something. I don't know. Days, I just ordered the Brody Lee Forever shirt. that Big E was wearing in his tweet. That's very cool. Wrestle News says Snoop was amazing. Days, you need to watch Soul. Okay. Both shows were really good. It's us wrestling fans that win again, says Dave in real life. Sean said, I thought NXT was fantastic tonight. Wrestling Days fan, shout out to you, my friend. John says, if Shaq showed up and body slammed Snoop, I'd give it a higher score. I think a lot of us would give it a higher score if that had happened tonight. If giant Raquel Gonzalez is in the Rumble, she will win it, says David. Days, you should release a gaming channel. Do you think I've got the time to do that, my friend? Because I'll tell you now, I haven't. I don't think WWE can copyright a hand gesture. Well, they did. I mean, they did send a cease and desist to the Young Bucks for constantly doing it, and they did have to stop. There was legal action being threatened. I don't know if the Young Bucks now have just... I don't know if the trademark copyright has ended on the Too Sweet and now they're free to do it. I don't know if they just don't care because Tony Khan's got so much money he'll just pay the fine. Or if it's a case that they're just going to challenge it in court and see what happens. So I don't know. I'm very surprised to see it because I know that they got told to stop. But there could be several reasons as to why we saw it tonight. One of them being they just don't care anymore. But, yeah, it's interesting. I wasn't expecting it. I think what we did get tonight from AEW is I definitely think that we are building towards Impact now getting involved. We saw Kenny and the Good Brothers together because obviously they're going to be working together at Hard to Kill. We are going to see Rich Swann and Motor City Machine Guns. We are going to see them on AEW. Maybe even next week. I actually don't know when. I think it's Hard to Kill like February time. I feel like there's still a little bit of time to go till we get there. So, but I am fully expecting to see Impact starting to get involved with AEW. What would be interesting is if AEW start showing up more over on Impact, or is this just like a one only kind of thing? Or don't know. It's definitely getting interesting. This could really lead to some very exciting stuff at AEW at the start of the year. So just brilliant shows by both tonight. Kyle's foot was on the rope, so Finn cheated. I just want you to know that, says John. I thought you would find a way, John. Days, I have to say, this NXT was in my top 10 matches of the year, says Yolanda. I'm mad because I'm a Undisputed Era fanboy, says Basti. Hard to Kill is in a week, is it? Flip. Honestly, I thought it was February. I didn't realise it was a week. Wow, if it's a week then, I wonder if you see Rich Swann, Motor City Machine Guns next week. Finn Balor and Kyle O'Reilly are both on their way to hospital. Kyle is getting his jaw x-rayed and Finn is getting his arm checked out, says Blessed Radio. Did you watch WWE on November 18th? I have no idea. I mean, I would say yes, because we were doing the streams. Right, I think we're done anyway. We've stuck around till like half an hour after, shared our thoughts, spoke about the rubbish AEW games thing, which wasn't as good as the first one. But two brilliant shows tonight. So whatever you watched, I'm sure you enjoyed it. And yeah, this was really good. And I think next week has got a lot of potential because, of course, the Dusty Rhodes Classic starts. But not only that, we've got New Year's Smash Part 2. So, you know, AEW bringing another big show next week as well. So, Awesome, guys. Brother Nero says, Days, didn't AEW seemingly make Abaddon too supernatural to plausible and realistically lose against Hikaru Shida? Seems like poor booking. I haven't seen anything supernatural from Abaddon. I've not seen her changing clothes mid-match or vanishing or anything like this. I mean, she comes crawling out and has red goo dripping out of her mouth, which they make out is blood, but could be anything. I can't say that I've seen anything supernatural from her, so I can't say that her losing to Shida is a problem for me. I just see her as a normal woman, really, that does spooky stuff, that's very theatrical in her presentation. But I don't know. I don't even know what to say anymore. I don't believe her to be a zombie, but current wrestling, who knows if she's meant to be one or not? I don't know. But, no, I have no issue with her losing to Shida. I wouldn't have had an issue with her winning either. I just felt the match was a bit disappointing, so, I don't know where they go from here. Anyway, we are done, my friends. Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate the support. Stay safe wherever you are. That's very important, obviously, with protests and pandemics and everything that's going on. Make sure that you're looking after yourselves. We will be back. Toy Hunt drops tomorrow. Should have said that earlier. Toy Hunt drops tomorrow. It is recorded. It is edited. The thumbnail is done. It is actually on the channel right now. I only have to change it from private to public, and it is done. So I'm obviously not going to do that at this time at night. But around about lunchtime UK time, probably about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, I would say it will hit the channel. That will be about 9 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning, America time, Eastern time. This is the first Toy Hunt in 9 months. Much requested. Lots of excitement for it. Big deal that this is back onto the channel. That drops tomorrow. So check it out if you get a chance. I'd love to know if people enjoyed it or not. I would hope they would enjoy it. It's all meant to be fun and everything, so hopefully people enjoy it. So that drops tomorrow. So we've got that tomorrow, and we've got obviously SmackDown on Friday, and I don't know what's happening this weekend. I'll have to have a look and see if there's anything happening, anything going down. So awesome. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.